project, a new spree. Collaboration lights the way. In Jerry's world we play. Live on YouTube, live on Twitch. 3D HP's got the itch to bring on my...
Here we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I gave you a cracker, damn it. Welcome to 3D HP, the Jerry Show. My name is Jerry. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch, 12 in Pacific here in Vegas. Thank you, everybody that came by the Polymaker live show Thursday night. Meet the Polymaker. I was on there. Matt says I was talking a mile a minute, but that's just how I am sometimes. And yeah, I hope everybody got to... Come on, I gave you 2 crackers. Go eat your food. Leave me alone, please. Anyway, we got some makers in the back room. We're going to have a great show. And one thing I wanted to say, just getting going, I'll say this many times during the stream. Next Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, will be my birthday maker hangout. I turned 61. Polymaker was nice enough to allow me to give away 5 rolls of Polymaker next Saturday. And Ziltech has also allowed me to give away 5 rolls of Ziltech next Saturday. And as you know, Ziltech is USA only, and Polymaker is worldwide, anywhere they ship. But we're going to have a great stream today. And my granddaughter turned 17, so after the stream, I'll be going over there to help her celebrate her birthday. And let's bring in the makers, and here we go. Hey, Kenny, what's going on?
Not much, man. I ain't got nothing going on, man.
Hey, Matt.
I ain't got nothing
Hey, how's
going
everyone?
on. I ain't got
Wow.
nothing.
Pretty red frame.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing going on, man.
So you got most of your parts in for your Voron?
I would say so, yeah.
No more.
And I'm going to have a table behind me with a lazy Susan so I can do a DeWitt like he did with his rat rig.
Yeah, it's great. I have one that I use in a lot of projects. It's great to spin around your work while you're working on it. Instead of trying to drag it and scratch it or scratch up your counter. Makes it real easy to work on.
And yes, for anybody wondering, yes, I trued it on my kitchen granite. So that is as flat as it goes.
Oh, Derek, Loopy Lou, Dan, Big Bad Joe. Let's see who else we got here in chat. Clayton in Hawaii. Hello. Da Vinci, how you doing? 3D Medic Vents, hello. Klondike,
Hey.
Jedi, hello everyone. Thanks for dropping in.
Yep.
All right, survey time.
Oh, Sergio's here too. Good afternoon, Sergio.
Hello,
How you
Sergio.
doing?
All right, survey time. Okay. I kind of went stupid on some of my, well, not stupid, but dumb, I think. I thought about red on red with just different, call that, tints or whatever, you know, different shades of red. So now I'm starting to rethink this after I ordered, you know, rows and rows of this stuff, which goes down your extrusion. So this is my extrusion color, which is of course BC red. And then I got this stuff, you know, for the channel. Should I use this stuff or should I go with black?
I would go with
Black.
black or blue or something. I think red on red's hard to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of hokey now that I look at it. And this stuff's cheap, you know, and you can get rows and rows of it on Amazon. But anyways, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go black on red because the extrusion on the turtle box is black. So yeah, I guess, and then I can make that red on the. Yeah, I'll keep this and just give me some black. That way I can use this on a turtle box. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I mean whatever you think, but I wouldn't go red on red because they're both about the same color.
Yeah, and I'll do the opposite because the turtle box I didn't have, or box turtle, however, I didn't really have any options, you know, on the extrusion with it. Whereas with this, on West 3D, they got about 5 colors that you can build your Voron. So, and this is a 3DO kit, by the way.
Yeah, there was something I printed a while back. I forget what it was for the box turtle, and online when I went to print it, they called it the turtle box. So that's probably why people were getting it confused by its real name. Is that there's some aftermarket accessories for that, and they had it reverse the name. But yeah, it's definitely box turtle.
Yeah, that's still sitting in my office, ready to get assembled. So that's
Oh, Joe,
right behind
Hey,
this.
hey. Sorry, I'm just reposting that we are that we are live now,
appreciate
so
it.
that more people come in. You know, I'm your co-host, so I have to do stuff.
Appreciate your help. Yeah, my filament rack. I shared it on my socials, but long time ago, I'm not sure. I think it was Ziltech filament. It is definitely a marble filament. I can see the specs in it. I have my filament racks here. And I remember way back when they were over here, and then I moved them up over on the wall, and I got rid of a lot of filament. Well, I had a bad thing happen the other day. I heard a crash. I was watching TV in the bedroom. I ran out to the kitchen, like, what the hell's going on? Did my alien break again? Which it didn't. And then I heard a second crash, and I turned on the light, and all of my remaining filament, two of the racks, fell onto my train set, which is my new hobby. And I'm like, oh my god, it could break the trains, break the diorama, you know, the. Well, anyway, it could have done a lot of damage. Thank God nothing got broke. It just the racks are broke, and I took them all down, threw them all in the trash. I will not reuse these again. But yeah, it was horrible. I got a picture I'll show you here in a minute. But yeah, terrible idea. I mean, it worked for a long time, and I figured, well, I can reprint them and do a different style. Do what Kenny did, where it's got the what do you call it?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. The rep cord,
Rep
rep cord.
cords brackets, and put it
Yeah.
back up there. But do I really want hundreds of pounds of filament over my train set? In scale trains, some of those trains and those cars can get very pricey. Do I want all that weight over top of my train set? Or maybe it never falls. But then again, I could grab a roll of filament, and then what if I dropped it? What if I got a cramp? I'm getting old. Anything could happen, and I could drop it on my train set. So now filament went up on top of a rack over here. It's up nice and high. They're all stacked on top of each other. So if I want some filament, I might have to dig it out of the stack. But yeah, I'm not going to keep nothing over the train set no more. So had enough. Okay. Hello, hello. How you doing? My mom, Captain Kern. Hello, hello. I love 3D printing. Hey, Jerry. Please go to my Facebook group. I think you enjoyed it. Have to go look at it. PC Man lit. Yeah, it must have. Yeah, it must have got brittle over time. It just snapped. And then the weight of one rack breaking onto the other rack took them both down. But I don't know which one fell first. If the bottom fell first or the upper one. And I had a picture right here somewhere. Yeah, here's a picture I can share. Go to share screen. Yep, there's a picture right there where the bottom two racks just snapped. And they landed on my diorama that I got from Klondike. And my train set and everything was set up on it, and it just came crashing down. Luck, like I said, nothing got broke.
But at least you did. Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I got to do this and then that. Now we're back.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't do what I did. So, yesterday I was preparing a kind of like, for the fourth, you get all your fireworks together and you take a picture, especially if they're the good kind. Well, I did that with my printing parts on top of my toolbox. And then I went to grab my build plate, and that son of a gun just happened to slide out of the box and right onto my right foot, and I wasn't wearing shoes.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I could have cut a toe off.
yeah, so it was like a first act, guillotine, but fortunately nothing got cut. But let's see, you got this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy the one that stayed home is purple.
Yeah, all the spools are fine. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, and the big piggy, that one's got cut. But it was just a little.
Hey, Scott, how you doing today?
Of course, it hurt like hell.
Oh, boy. Anyway, something else I want to talk about. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do about that. But I really don't want to. I don't want to put another filament rack over top of the train set because if it falls or breaks, it'll just crash everything. Because some of those little locomotive engines are as high as $300 a piece. The one that I have isn't, but some of them are. So you have a lot of money wrapped up in it. It'd be a shame to have all that filament over top of it and have something come crashing down and break it. Yeah, Matt's awake. He was on his cell phone.
And I'm trying to pull my manual back up because when I got my chat for today's meeting, it killed my manual for this build.
Oh, I know what I wanted to mention. I already told Matt and Kenny about this, but I had to take my dogs to the vet. I think it was Monday, and they had to get shots. So I drove down there. I took both of them. It's hard to take both of them because they're both rambunctious and like to run around, things like that on their leashes. But I don't start barking again. Here, stop it, please. I'm gonna buy you a muzzle or something. Anyway, I get to the vet. I get out of my truck. Somebody pulled up next to me, so I got to be careful opening my door so I don't hit the other vehicle. I get my dogs out. I have them on a short leash, both of them together in one hand as I'm trying to close the door. And my black dog, Nikita, the noise box, slips out of her leash. And I have a body harness on her, and she slips out of it. And I'm right next to Lake Mead, which is a 3-lane road, very busy. She bolts and starts running straight for the road, not knowing where she's at or what's going on. Well, it was crazy. So I yell to her to come back, and she stops. She doesn't get to the street, runs back the other direction. Top of my lungs, I yell, "Somebody please help me." And the lady jumped out of her car, ran over, grabbed Nikita. I'm trying to get her harness back on, and anyway, I fell to my knees, scraped up both knees. I'm trying to get the harness on her. Eventually got her inside. Next year, I'll take them one at a time because yeah, I came that close from her running out in traffic and getting killed because she came out of her harness, and that scared the hell out of me. So anyway, hope that doesn't happen again. But I got through the shots and got him home, and everything's fine. And we have another man dropping in the back room. Tech Jeeper.
How's it
Hey, Tech
going?
Jeeper, what's going on? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing good. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Jack in the shop. Hello, hello. Matt's muted. Okay.
What are you playing around with?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Doing some laser tags for a project that I got asked to work on. So they're going to actually go on a 3D print kind of as a nameplate, and they're just the metal business cards.
Ah.
And those of you that watched it, I was on Meet the Polymaker on Thursday night, and my internet, it was pre-taped. While I was pre-taping it, my internet dropped on me a couple times, as you've seen. And then while I was watching my internet went down because I was monitoring Twitch and YouTube chat. So once my internet came back up, I lost my YouTube chat, so I had to rewatch the stream on Twitch to follow the comments while the live stream was on. But that was a lot of fun. So I made one comment during the stream that my favorite print was my son's Spawn model. I've done so many favorite prints throughout the years. That's why I'm still printing. So I made a mistake telling Joel that it was one particular model. I don't have one particular model as a favorite. I've had so many that I printed that, oh my God, that's so cool. And then here comes another one the next week. Oh my God, that's so cool. And then I print another, then another. I've had many favorites. So,
Yeah, it's kind of addictive, 3D printing.
yeah.
I printed something.
Christmas ball with a cross on top, right?
No. It's from Monty Python, The Holy Grail.
Okay. I'm it's so long ago.
The Holy Grenade.
Okay.
Looks similar, but, like what the king have sometimes. He get a Holy Grenade when he gets crowned.
Okay.
Yeah. Came out all right.
Looks good.
So,
Yeah. Speaking of, I saw a picture the other day of Sly with Princess Diane. Man, that was a long time ago.
Holy hand grenade.
Yep.
Oh,
To defeat the rabbit, you know. Because in Monty Python there was a very vicious rabbit, you know. So
so, so you like Monty Python better or Benny Hill?
yeah, Benny Hill is a little bit sexist, I think.
Yeah, I like
I
both of them.
mean, yeah, I mean Benny Hill is not as good as Monty Python. I'm sorry.
All right. So what's new with you, Tech Keeper? How you been?
Doing good. Getting ready for Midwest Rep Fest, so my printers have been going pretty much nonstop. Um, and then playing with new snap maker that I got a couple weeks back. So doing a bunch of projects with that as well.
I need to
Hmm.
start making coins.
Yeah, I've never ever designed a 3D HP maker coin, maker chip. I mean, I got a cool logo. Obviously I'm in Vegas, but I should design something like that or figure out what program should I use to make something like that. Shape.
What I do is I pull in K2 Kevin on Maker World has like a template, like a 3MF file that you can download, and it has all the designs. And then all I do is go in and create an SVG file of my QR code and my logo. And then right from within the object in Bamboo Studio, you can right click and replace, and then just replace it with the QR code and replace it with the logo.
Okay.
And that way all the settings are all the same, and it seems to work pretty well. I'm doing three. I've got the print inventory ones. I've got my Tech Jeeper ones, and then I'm doing a handful of them actually on the Snapmaker. I'm doing a few Snapmaker ones just for fun with
Yeah.
the IDEX to kind
How
of.
many colors are you working with? 4 or 8 or
What's that?
how many colors are you working with when you make those?
Pretty much all the ones I've made uh, over the past couple of years have been 3 color. I do
Okay.
white for the QR code. I'll do a dark color for the chip, and then I'll do a contrasting color for the logo. And I find it works fine. I mean, if you need more, you can do more, but
Yeah.
obviously it's going to take longer, and you're going to have more waste.
Yeah.
I really the Snapmaker one is black and white, and it because it's IDEX, there's no waste, so it's like just switches. I wish I had more colors that could do that. I really want to do a tool changer because the amount of waste that a single maker chip makes is pretty crazy. So
What do you think would look good for my logo above Kenny up there, or something like that? There's so many colors in it.
that's how I mean the print inventory logo has a bunch of colors too. So what I did is I took and I used a high transition rainbow. Actually, the one that I'm doing now is a tricolor rainbow filament for the logo. So you kind of get some effect to it with just a single color spool.
Okay.
The ones that went out to the ones that I sent out to Rocky Mountain were done in the Cookie CAD Sunrise Elixir. It was the primary logo color and the effect color on the edge, and it was kind of crazy the amount of like the amount of different colors you got out of just a single color
All right.
from that. So kind of just playing around with filaments to find out what looks good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got another maker in the back room coming in. I think we all know him. He comes on tonight at 9 o'clock. Hey, buddy, what's going on, Dave?
We really should get a doorman.
9 o'clock. Oh, that's right. Pacific
9 p.m.
Standard
Pacific.
Time.
How are you doing?
Yeah, that's like 2 o'clock in the morning our time, right?
8:59.
11:59 Saturday nights. Yeah.
No more, Nikita.
Hey, Dave, you better start taking notes.
Uh-oh, what happened now?
Well, look right there.
You got something to build.
Ooh, is that a four?
Uh-huh.
Is Boron? Well, anyway. Can you see here, right? Where is it at? Right there. A lot of times you see something black where Kenny's red printer is sitting. Well, there it is, right there. There's Kenny's.
There's Kenny's old printer. I knew you'd get it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
You mean my old printer? Yeah, I gave it to him.
So nice of you. So, are you enjoying your build so far?
It's gonna be black. What do you call that stuff that goes down the extrusion? The rubber. What do you call
It's the
that?
what say again?
The stuff that you use to like hire wires, or
Like on a
are you,
CR10.
To hide
this,
the wires, like the
or, or just to make your printer look prettier. The stuff that goes down the channel.
the T slot cover.
Oh,
Yeah.
T slot. Okay.
Yeah, it's a T
Yeah.
slot cover. You
Yeah.
can print them.
Yeah. I was gonna go with red on red, which now that I think about it, that's stupid. So I'm gonna go black on red on the printer, and then when I get my turtle box built, which I do have it, it's in the house, the kit. I'm gonna go the opposite because I can't get a extrusion in red. Yeah, I could probably try it with my laser back there, but I'd have to move it while I'm doing it. No way.
Mm.
Tech Jeeper, that hat that you're wearing, what is that called?
What's that?
That hat that you're wearing, what is that called?
Uh, Scally. I get my hats from a company called Boston Scally online.
Okay. I thought about buying one of those a while
SCALY.
back and trying it out.
Yeah, they make a bunch of different designs, but this I think is the traditional.
You give me
Jerry, give me a couple minutes.
Okay. So what's new, Dave? What you been up to? You and your wife been up to?
I took on a project right before Murph. So we're printing the Death Racer. So I've started printing my parts for that. The kit won't get here till Tuesday. But that's my main focus right now is to get the Death Racer up and running. The Voron should be up and running because we're going to bring the Voron, the SV0, the Death Racer, and a whole bunch of models with us for the festival. Good Lord, I'm still losing my voice.
Well, when you went to Rocky Mountain, you guys were selling a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, we sold Wexter prints and promoted his memberships on Printable.
Did you sell quite a bit? Was it worthwhile to take them to sell?
You're not going to make a bunch of money from it unless you have something specific.
You're very unique. The whole room has stuff, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Most of the people, there's a lot of people who've never printed before who go to the festivals and kind of learn stuff. But for the most part, it's a lot of people trying to expand what they already have. So if you ask them what they have like 2 or 3 printers already. So it's like, why am I going to pay you for that part when I can print it myself? So that's why the multicolors sell. The multicolors will sell because a lot of people say they want multicolor, but they don't want to pay for multicolors. It's pricey. Unless you get a box turtle.
Unless you sell fans in a 100-degree barn in June, right?
There you go.
That dude last year selling fans at Murph sold out in like 3 hours.
It'll make a whole bunch of money. That's an idea. Who else? I can't cheat that idea. No.
Oh, little electric
He was
fans.
genius. His audience for sure. Everybody was like sweating, and he's like, "You want to buy a fan?"
I heard it gets hot at Murph too. That you got to drink a lot of water.
This will be my first time there. So
Well,
oh really?
The year that tripod fell down coming in, the floor was all wet, and it was probably really humid that year. That was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, it was pretty hot last year too. I would, if Terry, if you're going, I would take and you have a table, bring a fan. You're gonna want it like to point on you because it does get warm in there if it's anything like it was last year.
Do you have power at all the tables, or do you have to?
Yeah. They usually run power down the middle, so extension cord and. Okay. I went out to Menards that evening and bought Friday evening and bought a big fan, so big tower fan to be able to point.
Yeah, see, I'm afraid of bringing our fan. I have one of those. I have 2 different options. It's either one that's about this big that sounds like an airplane, or one that's the big squirrel cage that sounds like an airplane.
You bring it and then charge people to stand in front of it when it gets warm.
Ooh, that's an idea. I like that. Can't hear anything they're saying, but yeah.
Get a little Amazon Basic. I have one here on the floor that pivots. It's black. It's about this big around. It works great. They're not very big. They're on Amazon. They're cheap.
Yeah, we have some air misters also that spray water on your neck and blow a fan. We use them at Disney and they work real well. So we'll see how well it works. I've been warned. I'm planning, and we'll just see how many shirts I got to change.
It's not too. I mean, it's not too bad. People kind of over. I mean, it
It's
is what it
probably not.
is.
It's
People
probably not
kind of
like.
over.
You ever been to Florida? You know, or actually, dudes, try this. Mop 4, which is all your chemical warfare with the mask in August in Alabama.
Oh,
I had to do that in training.
oh no.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
in other words, I had to go to full chemical warfare suit. I was wearing a charcoal suit, gloves, booties, the whole 9 yards. Tell me, I think I probably lost 30 pounds that day.
We had rain and hail here like Monday, which we never have hail, at least not at my house. And my humidity is normally 20 to 21%. Right now, I'm looking at this little meter on my desk. It says 32%. I'm thinking, why is it 32%? Maybe from the rain from Monday. I don't know why it's that high still.
Are all these T-nuts spring loaded? Both of my bags are, you know, all my T-nuts are spring loaded. I've never seen T-nuts that are spring loaded. Don't make me big.
Hold them up so I can see them. I haven't never seen them either. They're spring loaded.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the kit. They come with those. You should have M3s and M4s.
Yeah, these are M3s, M5s.
There you go, M5s. Yeah, that's what it is.
And the pin post right now on YouTube and Twitch is for a roll of Ziltech filament. We'll give away after a bit. That'll be lower 48 states, USA only. Then after we do that giveaway, a short while later, we'll draw for a roll of Polymaker, which will be worldwide.
So in an hour's time, we're gonna give away. What you said?
The Ziltech filament, the pin post that's there now, it's USA only for Ziltech filament.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is, should I tell you in like half an hour or an hour time?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see, what's it? 12:30 now. 1 o'clock. Yeah, in a half hour. Tell me when the half hour is up, and we'll do Ziltech.
All right, no props.
Oh, but by the way, Dave,
Yeah.
I did a guillotine with my build plate on my foot.
Oh,
Yeah, he was barefoot and he dropped it. And it's like 1/4 inch plate.
I've had it on my toe before,
Oh,
but yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And of course, I'm going by standard for some of you guys.
see what we got. Leviathan and Nighthawk something toolboard, SB toolboard.
Oh, that is nice. He's got the good stuff. How did you get a Nighthawk?
Ordered it.
I don't like you. Oh, that's for the stealth burner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sandy.
Nut-
I want the SB. What is this? The one for the was it 30, 36, 32? For 32, I believe it is 36.
And for my motors,
London
I got,
3D. Hello, hello. How you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
and for my motor, oh damn.
We reshare out the link if anybody wants to drop in.
I got these are supposed to be super hot motors or super
Super power or super speedy.
yeah, speedy. High
You got an
HHC.
LDO kit.
Yeah. Well, it's
Okay.
not a kit. None of this is okay. Let me explain. The kits for the way I wanted to build red. Those were
Hello, Steven.
they didn't have them. You know, I'd have to wait for the order. You know, they were sold out. So I found a company on Amazon that sold most of that stuff in kit form, such as the build plate, which the only drawback with that build plate is 220 on the heater. So I just ordered my heater off of West 3D. My, you know, my, how do you say that? Kinetic? Starts with a K. I know that. That's the best ones. What's the name of that brand again for heaters for the bed? Starts with a K.
Listen,
Kevlar.
bro.
Yeah, or something like that. Anyways, but yeah, because I ordered that. I ordered the panel kit. You know, all the exterior panel work. That is the same company. They're on Amazon. So I got the brunt in quote unquote of a kit. And since I just showed you those other boards, this is pretty much an A kit. Wait, R2B, R2D. Yeah. So it's pretty much the same thing is what I'm getting at.
Now, do you have a
Because
Pi or a B2 or a BTT Pi?
it's a 4.
A 4? Okay.
Yeah. And then I got the PC.
Kinematic bed.
No.
No, should be
That's
stationary.
that. Yeah, that's the Tridents or kinematic.
Okay.
And that's what I did with the Rat Rig 500 was kinematic.
Well, Roger Brown, how you doing today?
And those things are if you're
Hey,
not
Roger.
careful with going up and down, those things are unstable as hell.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet West 3D, man. They always squared me away. Matter of fact, they had to order my motors out of KB 3D because their inventory count was wrong. So they went to them. And we just sent me an email, got out next day, boom. So props to West 3D. That's who I used on my Rat Rig was West 3D.
Good suppliers. Good suppliers.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them. I don't have a problem with any of them, actually,
Mm.
yet. These are weird screws, man. I mean, all right, so I need E5, 10, E5, 10, E5, 10.
You know, before the stream, I was like all lively, and now I'm like, eh.
Yeah, I kind of want to take a
I had
nap.
food, you know. I got tired.
Ah.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
have food before
Don't
the
eat too
show.
much. You want to take a nap. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting old. I'm nearly 50, so
That's not old.
Yeah, Kenny's oldest here.
No, I'm
not
not.
as. Hey, Kenny, you're not as old as I feel.
I'm not the oldest.
On camera right now.
Well, yeah, camera, but Sergio, which is built like a brick shithouse, is older than me.
Yeah, well, I meant on camera.
And that was a compliment, Sergio.
Hey,
My-
Sergio, come join us. You've not been on for a while.
Yeah, man. Keep your butt on there.
We're missing you.
It's strange to me, but you're the same age as old people.
Well, he's in his
Yeah.
70s, but he don't look like it, and he's in beautiful shape. I wish I was that.
Who's in his 70s? Sergio?
Sergio.
No, I don't
Sergio,
think,
yeah.
no, I don't think he's. Well, I don't know. My brother's like 68 or 69. My sister's 64, I think. I'll be 61 Thursday.
He
It's
told
like
us a long time ago.
Yeah.
He told us a long time ago his age.
Okay.
Yeah, Sergio's the oldest one. If he comes, join us.
But
Well, I
you
don't
know,
want to. I don't
again,
want to guess his age and be too high because if you go too high, then you really piss people off. But anyway, Bill
he's pretty.
Overbot says he just wants to be old enough to get the discounts. Yeah, I ask all the time, do I get a senior discount? And they go, you're not that old. I said, yeah, I am. Do I get a senior discount?
Yeah,
But
you
I-
don't get this over here. Not that I know of.
All you have to do is ask.
And I've never gotten McDonald's coffee for free.
I haven't. I've never asked.
I had.
I
I
mean-
had to buy only 5 coffees, and the 6th one I got for free.
I forget to ask when I go out if there's a discount for age. Depends where you're. Most of the time, I forget to ask.
I still can't believe what I did when I was in Paris. I went to the Paris McDonald's just to say I have. Fine
Okay,
Davis went in there.
McDonald's in America and McDonald's in Europe, you can't
Totally different.
compare.
No, not the
Totally
same.
different.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. The one in Germany sells beer.
In
That,
Germany, I think there are few places McDonald's what sell beer, and we're
yeah.
already at food. Come on, guys.
I know. We didn't even make it that far.
Yeah, I know. We didn't last 39 minutes.
Is Terry working, Dave?
No, she's upstairs actually sleeping, or was sleeping.
You're in the
All right.
basement, or you have a 2-story?
I'm always in the basement. It's actually 3 stories, but I'm in the basement, technically.
Your pad is 3 stories.
It's a 3-story townhouse.
Okay.
You don't live anywhere where it could ever flood, right? You'd be underwater where you're at.
Technically, no. We're above sea level. We have sand and clay in the back, which is the issue. So I do have a humidity issue on this back wall.
Uh-huh.
If it rains really hard, we get humidity. But as far as flooding, no.
Oh come
That's
on,
why I
man.
run 2 humidifiers in here.
Hmm.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna go to what you call it, Hobby Lobby and get me one battery powered fan to walk around with the show.
All right, so I've never dealt with servo motors for RC cars. What am I getting myself into?
I
Oh
know.
boy.
I still have to build mine.
Make
Ladies
sure
And we have.
Make sure
He
it's
just popped
centered.
out again.
Yeah, I
make
see
sure
it.
it's make sure it's centered.
The servo or
Yes, the head of it. Make sure it's centered.
Yeah, and then if you need to switch the orientation, like if you go to use it on the controller, and it's forward or backwards, you can usually switch that in the receiver, or you can switch it in your ESC.
And
Okay.
you can also adjust it if it is off. That's called your trim.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, it's just as long as you have the wire orientation right when you go into your ESC, shouldn't really matter.
Okay.
Is it your steering one, or is it the one for the
I
swing?
haven't. The kit won't arrive till Tuesday. I'm just reading up on servos and how they work and all
So-
that stuff. So
So I know Austin Zombie Hedgehog was talking
Klondike is
about
popping back
the
in.
one that
I
the
know,
one
I
that's
see
in
him.
one here. Sorry, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean with Klondike.com. Yeah, I don't want to interrupt people, but I always see, man, I can see everybody when they pop in. And they can yell at me. When he's in the back room, he can say, dude, let me in. I'm down here. I can hear him talking.
Oh, it's all good. I actually had to back out real quick.
Yeah, I was pretty scared when I had the big crash with all my film that came down on the train set. I thought for sure broke something. Even the water tower I printed never got hit. That film was everywhere, but nothing got broke. Couldn't believe it.
I got lucky.
Yeah, real lucky.
So the modules took the brunt of it then.
Yeah, it all landed on the modules. Didn't hurt nothing.
Damn, those things are built well.
Yes, they are.
Gentlemen, everybody, how's it going?
So
Yeah,
no
all
plug,
right.
no plug there, huh?
No.
Oh, when I was on live with Polymaker, I plugged in 2 or 3 times. Anyway, I try to promote everybody wherever I can.
it was a good video. I fell asleep. I know I was ready to watch it. I sat back in the chair. I woke up and I'm like, oh crap. So I watched it after the fact.
When I was it was because it was taped and it wasn't live, like most people thought. I was rewatching it when it was live, but then my internet went out again twice. So I lost my live chat for YouTube. So I was trying to read comments on YouTube and Twitch on 2 monitors, and then just see what people were saying or not saying. And I ended up having to rewatch it on Twitch because Twitch will save its chat. YouTube don't do that no more, even though they should. Because every time I publish something, I always put the repost to live chat, and it never does. So, I don't know, but it's all right, I guess. Hope everybody liked it.
It was fun.
Matt said I was talking too fast, but if I was, I do that.
Yeah. You sounded like you had 3 cups of coffee before the show and a pot
I
before.
know.
When I was a
Kind of.
little kid, my mom's sister in Mound City, Missouri, my Aunt Lucille, or no, Aunt Audrey, she could talk a mile a minute. I mean, she, huh? I mean, she was quick. Ah, boy. It's fun.
Yep.
What's new, Sean? What you got going on?
Right now, I am firing up Fusion. I need to make some parts for some G-scale terrain.
Wow.
Dang it.
On
So
your, how behind do you, okay, the A1 starter kit that you sent me, at the time when you sent it, it said you were out of stock on your website, but you have all the materials. It's just a matter of you printing it or cutting everything out, right? Or no?
Actually, it's just a matter of fact of me remembering to go add inventory to the website.
Okay. I'm thinking putting my drop on, it's not there. And they're like, okay, I'll come back in a week. And I'm thinking, he's got to have the material. Just kick your number up higher. And you just might have to be busier for a day or two cutting. But if orders come in,
Well, I don't want to push any orders out beyond 6 days.
uh-huh.
So I try to leave enough inventory on the website to where if I get slammed, I still can get all the orders out within 6 days.
Or somebody could always message you and ask you if something's not listed.
And that happens. And
Okay.
I don't mind at all, putting it back up. And usually I do relatively quickly. Because I've got a good pattern going now, or a good sequence of.
All right.
Do you ever sub out your work?
Not yet, but I've thought about it as time goes on.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh,
Well, I told you what I got.
yeah.
35 by 55, 130 home tech.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, yeah, we might talk after the show
all right.
because I have other things. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Craig Mintz coming in.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, Craig?
I mean,
Guys, stay out of trouble.
yeah, I can only make so many Lord's Prayer crosses. Because I just had to make another one for as a memorial.
all right.
Yeah, your packaging is awesome. The way you bag everything up and seal it's awesome. Your color paperwork, it's all awesome the way you do everything. Very professional. I couldn't imagine having everything wrapped in shrink wrap, and I got to sit there and try to carefully cut it or unwrap all of it. That would take forever.
And some guys use the shrink wrap. I just like the bags. It's nice and simple. It keeps it all together.
Yeah. I don't have nothing right now. All gone. In the kitchen.
I will
See,
be
I don't
back.
have that problem with my dog. She's right now staying in her little bed and sleeping.
Hello, Timor. How you doing today?
Wow.
And if anybody like a chance of winning a roll of Ziltech filament, pin post up top on Twitch and YouTube. USA only, lower 48. We'll be doing that drawing in about 20 minutes. And then after that, we're going to be giving away a roll of Polymaker filament, which will be worldwide. And then next Saturday, I'm having a birthday maker hangout just like this, but we're giving away 10 rolls of filament. 5 from Ziltech, 5 from Polymaker. And I should have a German chocolate cake here on screen that my sister's going to bake me. I'm turning 61.
Young buck.
5, 10.
Well, you're how old are you, Craig? About 50, right?
Oh, no, I'll be 46 this year.
46? Okay, that's close.
Never go. Remember, Jerry, don't go too
What?
high.
You're younger than me?
Yeah,
How dare
I'm
you?
the one that said that earlier about don't go too high. You might piss
I
somebody
didn't think Jerry was that old, to be honest with you. He still looks good for 61.
off.
I
If
thought
I lose some weight, I'd look
you're like
better.
50, 56.
Yeah. I don't have any crow's feet, so I don't have a skin problem, but I do notice that when I film a video, because I spent so many years working in the sun, I get a lot of age spots on my cheeks that look like hell. I can see it on camera when I get a side shot. So maybe that's why my wife wanted me to grow a beard, so I'll hide my face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sprinkle, Nips, and Crew. All right, Dave, I need to know what's up with this tag here.
Oh, the hole behind the sprinkle nips.
Yes.
So it has to do with the Voron.
Okay.
A while back ago, I was on a live stream for it's a game night, and with the game night, they had named me Sprinkle Nips, and then it became just Chad Sprinkle Nips until I finished the Voron. And so the moniker stuck because it took forever to finish the Voron, and then it just kind of kept going. Then it became we killed off Chad when we finished the Voron. So now it's just Sprinkle Nips because I like the Sprinkle Nips, and it's just been kind of a go-to now.
Okay. So, are your close friends allowed to call you that, or we just call you Dave?
Everybody can call me Sprinkle Nips. Doesn't bother me any. I think it's hilarious.
Oh lordy.
Matt,
Sean,
how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think 2 weeks ago, Jerry said you were you in the hospital or something, or were you sick?
Yeah, I had some heart trouble. My blood pressure was going too high, so
Ooh.
I had to change my medication.
You're doing okay now, though.
Yeah, I'm doing fine now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Glad to
Yeah.
hear.
Don't get stressed. Don't stress me out, dude. Please don't stress me out.
Sean, do you want to answer that question here?
I missed. Kato. This is actually designed for Kato track. It's based off of the the T-track system from Japan. So yeah. I don't know if anyone's doing Bachman modules.
Hey, how you doing, Terry?
So, is it Sean or Klondike? What do we call you?
Oh, you can call me whatever you want. I hear it all the time.
So, last time I was on here, we spoke about the Elegoo Centauri. It was you and someone
Oh.
else, right?
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. So I went ahead and ordered two, but on their website it says, because I was in a certain batch, right?
Hey, Gary.
So it said before July 31st, and then right below that it says click here for the schedule, but here the word here is not underlined.
Okay.
So you click there and it says, no, we are not shipping out for batch 4 until July 31st, which means you probably won't get your printer until August.
Oh,
So
that sucks.
I canceled that order, and I got two Anycubic S1 combos.
Good choice.
And then I think Anycubic is actually going to start sponsoring us, so they're going to send me another one, and then. So I haven't really played. Does anybody have one of those yet?
Anycubic?
Yeah.
I have quite a few Anycubics.
sadly
I don't
not.
have that Anycubic.
Well, I
No.
have Anycubic resin printers, and they're custom.
What about Trevor? I think Trevor has a new Anycubic with a multi-material system. Trevor has a Maxis or something, but Trevor's not here.
I like
Yeah, I
the
have a
price
B3.
on it.
So their
Maybe
resin,
your voice is like that because you keep vaping.
their resin machines. I have two of those, and their customer service is just great. Like, you can actually talk to people. You can actually they send you replacement parts, unlike some of these other guys where you just got to put in a ticket or send them an email. So I'm actually pretty excited about opening them up and seeing them, because really there's only one guy on YouTube. I think his name's like Dave Makes Stuff or something. And all his videos for this Anycubic is like he got the worst machine ever. Like, he's had the bed, he's had to do the hot end, he's doing the bed. Like, I don't know if he just enjoys it, but it's hilarious because I would have just sent it back and said, send me a new one. But everyone else, I think last time when we spoke about the Elegoo was maybe like where the PTF tube goes in. That was an issue. So someone printed the riser to help with that. There's really not a lot of videos out there on the issues with the S1, other than, typical 3D printing issues like your hot end or fixes that actually need to be fixed with a new product line. So I guess
Closed source proprietary.
yeah.
But who?
So
I
I
mean,
guess
I'm in the Anycubic group, the official Anycubic group. I did see a few mishaps, like one had a blob of death,
Oh, didn't
but you
yeah,
know, you always watch your printer,
yeah.
ladies and
check it
gentlemen,
every so
Captain
often,
Kern
you
is in the
know.
back room, and I'm going to talk over Matt. Better bring him in. Here we go.
Captain Kern
Okay,
has
yeah.
How
one.
you doing?
Captain Kern has
Hey
one.
guys.
Let me tell you about it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just it's sitting right over there.
Okay. Oh, he has one. Kern does.
Yeah, I
How do,
love it.
how do you like it so far?
I absolutely love it. It's
Yeah,
been a
that's
great
what I
machine.
figured.
I have printed almost everything on it so far.
How long have you had yours? Uh,
3 weeks now.
okay, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What do you print? Are you printing PLA, ABS, ASA?
I've printed ASA, ABS, PLA, PETG, carbon fiber PLA, carbon fiber ASA.
Done everything.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing your ABS profile with me? Because
Yeah, definitely.
that's all I print. I'll send you a if you want to direct message me. I'll send you my whatever info you need for email or whatever.
But
I-
can you print PPS on it?
Hey, Don Hunt.
I haven't tried.
So yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
all I print is ABS. That's like all I print. I've printed that for 7 years. Um, I want to start doing TPU, but I know that requires you to have your filament on the backside of most of these new ones. So I kind of just outsource those little parts that I get in TPU, but everything else I've done is ABS. Which when I first started, I know Jerry and a lot of the other guys that I met when I first started my 3D printing journey were like, "You should just print PLA." Now, has PLA's come a long way in 7 years because now they have what the PLA HT, which is high temp. Yeah,
Yep.
which
I print. I don't remember. I never said that, but I print a lot of filaments.
well, yeah. I mean, at the very beginning, kind of everybody was doing.
Well, that's all I was originally doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Originally, I was ABS and PLA. So I was
Okay.
printing parts. I had my CR10 with an enclosure around. I've done ABS on that machine.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do
On
remember
a
that.
mirror.
Your enclosure that you did.
Yeah. Matter of fact, on Facebook, I shared a picture of that printer yesterday. My first printer. It's got a little Spider-Man on the build plate with a bunch of the little Decapicat and some other things there.
I love ABS.
But my new ABS is ASA.
Terry, did he get you the laser yet?
I was just thinking that.
No,
And then
nope. You guys need to drill it into his head, though.
I already told you we're going.
He said my birthday.
Yes.
We will
Ron,
see.
how you doing?
Quotes.
That
Yeah,
ASA.
yeah. As far as who was it that just said that? The Hadron. Yeah. In the comments, I get that they're going to have a lot of, especially batch 4, because all the review videos were done for batch 1, batch 2. So then everybody was like, "Oh my God, $300! Let me buy one." So I feel like batch 4 is just going to be just convoluted, like a lot of orders. So even if they ship out July 31st,
Yeah.
you're probably still not going to get yours till August or maybe even further out.
Right.
And I love the only thing that I don't like so far, which is not a deal, obviously it wasn't a deal breaker, is the Anycubic S1 has 250 by 250 whatever, and the Centauri is 256. But really, does that extra 6 matter? I don't think it really does.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hadron.
the
Good.
build plate on the Cobra S1 is a very odd size, just to let you know.
Yeah, you
I thought-
can't fit a bamboo plate on it.
No,
Yes.
you cannot.
Right. Yeah, it's 250 by 250 by 250.
That's the printable area. It's like
Yeah.
267 by something or another.
Yeah, it's a weird size. Yeah.
Jerry, I
But
just followed you on
translate-
Twitch.
Translation: they want to be proprietary.
Yes, Anycubic is proprietary. That's one thing I do not like about that.
What's
I
that,
actually-
Gary?
I just followed you on Twitch.
Oh, thank you.
I just bought some of the PEO sheets, the holographic ones, on
Those are
Amazon.
fun.
and it's a 264 by 276 millimeter plate.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
Hammer.
Kern, I sent you a private message in our chat, in the private chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's good to know that at least someone in Jerry's world has one, because I really was like, I reached out to Zachary, with Zachary 3D, because he did an unboxing video, but he really did not like that he had to download their software. But just to get past whatever. But I was like, well, hopefully he's on the show today, so I'm glad somebody else was, because I'm fixing to do these unboxings today, record all that, and I'm not going to do an unboxing video for YouTube because there's just a lot. I'd rather just, make stuff, especially if I have to do it for any.
Yeah, there is a
There's not many on the S1.
What's that?
there's a firmware mod that actually opens up full Clipper on it too.
Yeah, I've never ran Clipper.
Yeah,
Never. Not because I just never have. The first printer I had was it's from a company in China called Tier Time. They're one of the first 3D printing companies out of China, and they had their own proprietary software. I remember when I first started, everybody was like, you could have bought like 10 Enders for the price of this enclosed printer. But now everybody has an enclosed printer with proprietary software. So for me, I just end up using whatever they put on there. Now, do I love I did not like Bamboo when I first got it, but now I've gotten so acclimated to the software and the environment that I'm just like, if it's close to that, I'm happy, because I don't have to deal with 20 million other softwares.
Yeah, Slicer Next is just another crippled version of Orca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting me a K2 Max.
K2 Plus.
Is that what's that on the other screen? That Tech Cheaper? Is that a K2 Max that's right behind on the
K2
side?
Plus.
K2 Plus. How do you like that?
No, sorry, I was this is the Snapmaker Artisan.
Snapmaker, okay.
Yeah, that's
The
huge.
K2 Plus.
That's a Bamboo X1C next to it. So.
Yeah. How big is that one? What's the build plate on that? Big, nasty.
400 by 400 by 400.
Nice.
Is it heated chamber?
Yeah, no, it's not an active heated chamber, but it's I didn't really get it for the 3D printer.
Okay.
I've got the IR laser module and the diode laser module and the CNC and the 4-axis, so the rotary.
Oh, wow.
So
What is that called again?
What's that?
What is it called again?
Snapmaker Artisan. It's a 3-in-1. So the modules are just like, they just snap on, and the build plate to snap on.
Why haven't I heard of this thing?
Snapmaker's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple of years.
Really?
Frag,
You haven't heard of it because it's expensive.
Because they're really expensive.
Well,
Right.
I mean,
It is really expensive. I need to come work for TechG for them.
Yeah, well, if you compare, so if you're getting the, I was looking at it and I was going to get the new Bamboo, but I didn't need another 3D printer, and I wanted something that had a different tool. That I've got a laser here. This is what this is sitting on. But the one thing I didn't have was a rotary, and I didn't have a CNC rotary. So with the a little bit more than what the new Bamboo is, I was able to get the printer with the CNC and the laser module. So I mean,
that rotary module for 4-axis seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it just, so this is actually, the plates just like interchange, they snap on.
Right.
So this is the CNC plate, and then the rotary snaps onto it.
That's awesome.
So I've done, I did this mug.
Oh,
It's kind of
wow.
what I've been playing around with.
See, Dave, see what I can do?
Yeah, for
Hey, Frag.
That was the only thing I couldn't do. So I have an Omtech 40-watt CO2 laser.
Is my mic
but
working?
it's not deep enough for any type of rotary unless you modify it and lift it, and then you're not protected, and there's a bunch of things that go along with it.
Tech Jeeper's a designer, Frag, if you didn't know.
but it's kind of
Uh,
crazy. That's a X1C build plate versus the Snapmaker build
Wow,
plate.
that's crazy.
So kind
Jerry,
of get a
giveaway.
perspective what 300 by 300 or 400 by 400 is.
Yeah, Matt. 1 o'clock. Ziltech giveaway in 1 minute, guys. If you want to win a roll of Ziltech filament, lower 48 states, USA only. We're going to be doing the giveaway in 1 minute. I'm going to go in as soon as I find it. I'm going to close the form.
400 by 400. Ha, ha.
Yeah,
I have
mean,
a
it-
500 by 500 by 500 if you want to buy it.
Baby sizes. Yeah, you and that. No, that thing's a monster. That thing is
My-
way too
My
big.
Hypercube is 400 by 400 by 500. I got it on Marketplace. It's in the front room. It's all 30-30 extrusion, which is super huge extrusion.
That's
Hey,
forever,
Fragments.
Yes, sir.
I want to get one of those Anycubic, the 42 by 42 by 500. You know which one I mean? The combo. Oh, what was the name of it?
Oh, the Cobra. This the Max.
Yeah.
So when they were talking to me about sponsorship, and I told them the scale of the thing that I'm trying to build, they did try to say you should get this Cobra Max. I think it's the 3. It's a bed slinger, and it's pretty big. I think it's 350 by 350 by 350.
The
But-
max is 420 by 420 by 500.
Okay. Well, it didn't have an enclosure, and I really have never messed with a bed slinger before. So because I do ABS a lot, I wanted, just the consistency of a closed, especially because of the filtration and all the other things. But they seem, I've never had a problem with any cubic stuff. So this is
I not either.
a leap of faith on a new product line, because I could have just saved up and gotten 2 P1Ss and had, just all bamboo. But
I'm interested because I want to do big lithophanes. You know me. You know?
I got to show you my new lithopane.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give away one roll of Ziltech filament right now. It's the lower 48 states, USA only. We'll draw one winner. If you're in chat, you need to say something, must be present to win. I'll give you my email. You'll email me. We'll go to ziltech.com, pick out a roll of filament, what type with a USA mailing address, and I'll let my rep know Monday, and they'll get it sent right out to you next week. So somebody give me a number between 10 and 20.
5.
Number red.
Fine.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck, everybody.
The pupper's
Hey,
gonna win.
Mints. Just put in a good word for me in Anycubic. Tell them
Yeah,
to
me
send
too.
me one of those.
Send me your email address and I'll forward it to Finn and see if he can help.
Who's going to be? Clayton, congratulations. You won one roll of filament. Are you in chat, Clayton?
Anycubic don't like me, so
Well, I'm not sure if I'm not 100% sure yet. They said they're going to send me one, but I haven't heard from the guy in like 5 days. So I'm kind of like, I'm just going to buy 2 and just go up. If they confirm sponsorship, then great. But
Clayton, are you in chat? Please say something.
but
All
the
right,
guy
I'll send it to
the
you.
guy was really nice. So maybe he just got busy.
Need a USA mailing address from Clayton. Clayton, are you in chat or you want me to respin?
Respin.
He's been here the whole time. Y'all give him a minute.
He's probably here. He's probably in the back somewhere.
After the B, that's a 0.
Very Jedi.
Frag.
Yep.
Congrats.
It used to be an old gamer tag name for me.
After the what is a 0?
Here he is.
After the B.
Oh, I
He
got
said he lives in Hawaii, which I thought spin again. He's in the 49th or 50th state, so it's lower 48 only. All right. Let me go ahead and spin again. Sorry, Clayton. But you can get it on the polymaker. Maybe you'll win on the polymaker.
do that in an hour or so?
Hmm.
3D Medic wins. It looks like it.
He just.
He just went on Keelan's stream.
3D
Yeah.
Medic Vince, are you here? 3D Medic Vince.
Congratulations.
Well, he
And we
win,
have
but
Josh
didn't win.
popping in too.
He won, but
Oh,
then
yeah.
he wasn't
Okay,
there.
the 50th state. Okay. 3D Medic Vince is always here. He's here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, he's here. He's gotta be here. He went on Keelan's stream, but he they respun because he didn't say anything in 2 minutes. Here.
There he is.
He says, here this time.
I think he won something on the stream I did
Congrats,
last weekend too.
Vince.
Congratulations.
Let me put my email in chat. You
Congratulations,
probably
yeah.
already know it. Here's my email. Go to ziltech.com, pick a roll of filament, need a USA mailing address. Lower 48 states. And Clayton was unable to get it in Hawaii. Personally, I think they should ship to all 50 states at the very least, but I don't run the company. And there's my email in chat. Go ahead and pull that screen down. And we got some other people joining us. Let's see, where's my...
It's Josh.
No.
No, we don't let. Josh isn't allowed.
I was
in.
going to announce that, Matt. But
Ah,
now
sorry.
I can't. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Josh, Recreator 3D.
And we're going gray.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
There we go. There we go. There he is. How's it going, Josh?
He's hiding. How
Hey,
you doing,
everyone.
Josh?
Good,
to
how are
see
you?
you. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Let's see, can we do something crazy?
Maybe.
No, I don't know. Woo! That didn't really happen.
Okay,
Had
just,
some- Woo!
okay, 1 second. Right before I was going to do the drawing, Fragments wanted to share something. Let me share that, and then we'll jump into Josh.
All right.
Sure thing.
I know poppers.
There you go, Matt.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That's my first litho. I've never done one before. Like never designed it, and actually, that's been printed by Lazio Designs by David Lazio, and actually Jerry David wanted me to let you know that he's interested in joining, the thing on Saturday, and told me to tell you to reach out to him if you can.
All right.
Yeah, any makers are welcome to join in. I post the link in chat, and if I don't have it posted, I can repost it. But all makers are welcome.
All right, I have a question for you guys. So, for your resin prints, what slicer do you guys like?
Resin icky.
Yeah,
Cheetah box.
Cheetah box.
I use Chitty. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have two the Ultra 4s,
We have another maker dropping in.
and the satellite.
Hey, I know this. I bet his name is Al. Hey, Al, how you doing?
Hey,
You're muted.
Quiet. I like that. No.
Of course I'm muted.
Oh, there you are.
Technical difficulties always. That's the way it works. Hello, folks.
How you doing today?
I'd stop in and say hello. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Thank you. Yeah, doing awesome. Yeah, this man live streams every week. He's always making awesome projects on his laser. He always has something amazing going on. And he's doing Starship, but I don't think he got the Starship done. Did you?
It's back there, up there. It's taking a hiatus in dry dock.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining in. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I got to show.
Okay, where's that offline tab? I got to bump that.
I got challenged by a viewer the other day to make Firefly. Serenity ship.
Cool.
Okay, I got to share my screen, and I got to go back to Josh Recreator 3D before I get myself behind him. Don't want to be a ticked and leave. Let me get this taken care of here. Where's my share screen at? And he can talk about it while I show it.
Sure.
Where's it at?
Oh my god, I don't know where I can chat. It's all new to me.
In this program, you have to physically go to Twitch or YouTube. In that, you can't chat in the program. You can just see chat.
Good to know. Good to know.
But Josh, what's going on here? Look what we got on the screen.
Yeah. So, thank you, thank you. We got our Recreator MK6 fun size pultrusion unit, and KB3D.com has blessed us with their in-house fabrication, USA created, and yeah, so we got a lot of different kind of apparatuses that have been put into our current MK6 kit. Um, so rather than do
Hold
it
on,
yourself,
Scott.
yeah, rather than do it yourself, KB3D again is fabricating a lot of that do it yourself efforts so that the price is now built into that experience. So if you didn't want to do it yourself or found it hard to source, your product, and or you didn't want to take an Ender 3 apart, you can now source a kit. And so it's pretty competitive with price standards for one-up parts. Right now, we've got about 30 units that are available. Those are going fast. And so batch two, we hope to open up kind of like an a la carte situation where we can, if you've already got a motor, you can reduce the motor. If you've already got the hot end, we can reduce the hot end. And so at the end of the day, your package from 215 will be reduced based off of what you already have for components. So we're really excited to be working with KB3D in that a la carte stance where, it's still recycling. So again, you have those components already, you get to get that savings. So we're really excited about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott with Edge of 3D. Hey, Scott.
Hey.
Hello,
Hold on,
Scott.
guys.
Very cool, Josh. I'm glad you got that up for sale now. It's very
Cheers.
nice.
Yeah. Again,
Cheers.
it's what it looks like.
If
So
that,
we're
I
really
buy.
excited. It's
If
been
water bottles won't work with it, but I drink tons of water bottles. But
Yeah, you can do
2
water
liters.
bottles. We got a few different people that kind of, again, water bottles on that thinner side, so you got to go into a thicker strip, and you're only
Yeah.
going to get about 5 to 7 grams off of those water bottles from like BJ's, kind of the paper thin ones. But the more
Okay.
robust you go into like a 2 or 3, 4 liter water bottle, you're going to get the thicker depth in that, and so you can get up to about 75 grams off a 3 liter to 4 liter water bottle, or again like water jug, some soda, and so it. Some people are drinking liquor with it overseas. A lot of liquor comes in Pet One. And very robust, nice, vibrant colors. I get all jealous sometimes when I see the European bottles that come up because they've got very vibrant pinks, vibrant reds, stuff that we don't have here in the USA because we have
Yep.
consolidated our recycling stream.
Well, one thing I forgot to do here on with Al Kilroy, tell people who you are and what you do because people
Oh,
don't know who you are.
what I am. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, better than most. And I'm actually a computer science professor at a local college in my real time. And like I said, a jack of all trades the rest of the time, master of none. I meet, well, I have various different shows that I'm on. Um, my main show is Sunday at 2 p.m. Central, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Just look for Kilroy79763. In fact, look for Kilroy79763 all over the place. I've been doing a retro Friday on and off. Worked on a radio this last time, and I think I made some progress. At least figured out that the tubes were bad. Anyway, and I'm on the Simply Wins Creation show Saturday night with Let's Talk Shop with Russ, and I'm all over the place. Super chicken. I'm
Awesome.
everywhere. I'm everywhere.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yep, you're always welcome. All makers are welcome.
Thank you so much.
And I try to watch everybody whenever I can. I don't always stick around forever, but I always drop in, say hi, and I watch for a little while here and there.
And you do, Jerry. It's all about supporting each other. And there's a lot of other makers here that I have no idea who they are, but it actually helps expand and figure out who's out there and they're doing what and stuff. So
Okay.
very good.
How's it going, Mr. Scott? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Well, I was doing good, and then I started a print over here, and I ran to town to pick up a couple of things. And I come back, and the printer head is all the way up here in this corner, banging into the camera. And there's a giant
Blob of death.
So you got it.
there's
You
a
got a new.
giant. Yeah, this was this was
Spaghetti.
hanging kind of here and down on the floor and all over the floor,
I
and the
hate that.
belts were all jankied. And I take out the left rear tower, and there's supposed to be a stack of bearings right
Ooh.
here in this
Ooh.
gap. Now there's just a whole bunch of dust
What?
off of my brand new belts.
Wow.
The stack of bearings is down in the bottom of the printer.
So it's bad when you pull out a motor.
So the only thing I can see is that over time it broke off here,
Hey, Betty Boop.
and yeah, anyway. So I got to reprint all this. And then I
God,
destroyed the build plate on my brand new CD plus 4 this morning.
I call it a cheaty.
GD, CD,
Cheaty.
Queedy.
Yeah.
I hate that
God,
when you get
Or
a fresh
chitty.
build plate and then you
Or
just
chitty.
nozzle drag. It's like,
Oh yeah.
I nozzle dragged it, as if once wasn't bad enough, Josh, up here in the corner, I decided to do a great big one and, really make sure that.
we're like 10 years seasoned, right? And we're still doing novice mistakes.
it
Yeah.
happens.
The best of us.
God, got a question from your video the other day on the tap. How did you mess it up on your Voron tap?
I can't hardly hear you, Kenny.
Let me turn his volume up.
Oh, got me down again, huh? Okay.
No, I didn't change it, but
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can.
no, you're not.
Okay, I saw one of your videos on YouTube, and I guess I could just look it up, but since you're right here, what did you do to your tap again on your Voron? Because I remember you saying that it was janky, or you did something to it, you broke
Oh,
it.
no, I broke it, and I threw that out. But let me pull out a new tap, and I'll show you. Give me just a second here to pull out a new tap. And for those asking what printer, if you're asking what printer this broke on, that was a Mercury 10G. If you're asking what printer I tore the bed plate up on, that's a CD plus 4, or Quiddy, or Cutie, or Cheaty, or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Hey,
Still
well,
in the microwave.
at least you didn't guillotine your foot with the bed,
So
which I did yesterday.
let me get some light on here. Try to get where you can see this, Jerry, or Kenny. Sorry, Jerry, I didn't mean to insult you like that.
Hey!
Is it brand new beds and then gouged the snot out of them, right?
Oh wow.
I mean, I just got the printer the other day before yesterday.
But on a Voron bed.
I did that on my rat rig. Now I don't feel so bad.
So
I did this on my bamboo.
Before-
I don't know what happened.
you gotta just go back to the nice Scotch Blue, the 2090. If you get a good gouge, you can just kind of say, you know what, I got a new plate going on.
There you go.
All right, Kenny. So on the back side of the tap here, if my camera will focus, you can see there's a little loop right there.
Right.
And inside on this piece is a little bitty tab that sticks out, and that keeps it from over traveling. Well, when you take a Voron 2.4 and you drive the head down into the build plate, it snaps that little chunk of aluminum off. See, it's barely visible in there, but right on the tip of my pointer, there's a little chunk of aluminum that catches, and it snaps that right off, and it allows it just decapitates the whole machine. It just rips this right off there, and all the balls go flying everywhere.
So Chaotic Labs.
Yeah, it's Chaotic Labs.
V1
Chaotic
or
Labs
V2?
tap. It's a good tap. You just can't. I'm sure that a printer with less than 4 motors driving the head into the build plate probably wouldn't snap that off. But what happened is when I was working on the head,
Oh,
I accidentally the cable that plugs in to this when I was working on it. Of course, that's from where my stance at the front of the machine. This is back behind, and I just pulled that enough that it disconnected this cable, so that end stop didn't trigger when it hit the build plate. And just user error. It's nothing. No fault of the product itself. It's just
Are they very hard? Are they hard to set up?
taps.
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm. I set up my tap. If I can do it, Kenny, you can do it.
Well, I got one.
How's that? How's setting up that laser going there, Dave?
I don't know. Ask Terry.
How's that Voron coming?
Voron's done. Voron's
Yeah. I just
He
ordered peanuts for
He had
mine.
one print off that printer. Don't let him lie to you.
I printed, and now there's more mods going on it. I proved it prints, and now mods go on.
Hey, what
So
size is it?
350.
Yeah.
It's a 350 2.4.
okay, guys. The pin
Got
post
that
on
little-
Twitch and YouTube will be for Ziltech. Roll of Polymaker filament. It's now up and running. The same pin post will work. I just finally got it changed over. I forgot about it. So you can go ahead and fill it out if you'd like to win a roll of Polymaker after a bit. Chance of winning.
Are you not giving away Ziltech anymore?
Yeah, I done a Ziltech earlier. Clayton in Hawaii won it, but Ziltech doesn't ship to Hawaii, only lower 48. So I redrew, and then Vince won it. 3D Medic Vince.
Okay. Yeah, and so the other thing, Dave, you like PPS or PPA carbon fiber by Tech, I'm led to believe, correct?
I love my matter of fact, I love my Tech.
Let me get a video up here on another screen. I was printing some PPA CF, not the core, just the CF. I was doing some temperature tests and stuff to figure out what best temperature to print it at, and I was breaking them to, test, and I damn near broke my machine with that stuff. My machine handles 500 kilograms of force.
Wow.
It looks good, Prag. What are we looking at?
That's the USS Defiant PC case I'm working on. Hopefully it'll be done by July.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick.
That looks good.
Oh, that is hot as hell outside.
Very cool.
Great screen.
Yeah, people
Terry?
sleep on the Soraya
Oh,
Tech.
sorry, that's my fault. I just seen it.
Oh, good. I was just showing another angle.
There we go.
Well, this,
Reggie.
I'll do this video because it's not turned. This is printed at 320 degrees, so let me pause it here.
Tech, I've used their resin. It prints great. I didn't know they made filament.
Oh, they make a rack load
They
of different
make
filaments.
absolutely amazing filament,
Their
Jerry.
filament is it prints beautifully. I mean, that's what the Death Racer's made out of.
Nice.
Is the carbon fiber ABS.
That looks good.
So yeah, it prints really clean.
All right, Scott.
All right, so this is one of my tensile test pieces printed at 320 degrees, 65 degree chamber, 90 degree build plate. It's Rytech PPA carbon fiber and no other tuning. This was just initial testing. This machine's calibrated and this load cell is rated at 500 kilograms. If you look right here, it's at 455 kilograms and we haven't broke yet. That's
Yeah.
455 kilograms, damn near 1,000 pounds right there. And
Oh wow.
this one broke
Yes.
at one of the lower ones, but you'll see right here. I'll just play it and let it break.
You think that material would be good for drones?
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't tested it to see how brittle it is yet. It's going to break here in just a second. It actually breaks at. Oh no, this. I don't know why I had this one wrote down at 465.9 for the break. About 469.5. But anyway, there you go. You see it broke, and right here, 469.5 kilograms of force on that piece that's 4 millimeters thick, 10 millimeters wide. That's over 1,000 pounds.
That's wicked.
And my machine's only designed to go, only designed to handle up to 500 kilograms. So I'm kind of curious as to what the core, the CF core is going to do.
That's
It
not
should
the
be
core?
stronger. That's not the core. That's the straight
Holy
CF.
crap.
Break something.
That's the straight CF. It's not the core. Haven't opened the core yet. It's this right here. This is, well, camera won't focus on it. I don't have enough light, but it's the
Fiber
PPA
hard?
CF black.
Okay.
So, yeah, over 1,000 pounds of force to break that piece. I was, I started the machine. I turned my back on it, was looking at something else, and I turned back around to it. And I'm like, it should have broke by now. And I look over there, and it's passing through 450. Yeah,
Filament rack after 3 or 4 years.
yeah, using the rep racks design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that really freaked me out. I heard it snap. I came out of the bedroom. I run out here thinking, oh no, the alien broke. And then I heard another snap, and then all the filaments on top of my train set. I'm thinking, oh no, all that weight on that. I don't want to damage the train set or the modules. But nothing got broke other than the rack.
Yeah, I seen your Facebook post on that. You got lucky.
So, yeah, I did.
Mhm.
Who
So,
hasn't
Dave,
had
I don't know. Like I say, I turned around there and it was passing through 450, and I had my finger on the kill switch if it got to 500, and it broke right before that. It scared the crap out of me. That is
Yeah.
a very, very loud and violent break.
Yeah, my rack is
Almost
PLA.
500 kilograms of force. Oh, it sounds like a gunshot when it breaks.
I looked on Facebook because I post everything since 2016, whatever, when I got into 3D printing, and I couldn't find the post. I think this was Ziltech Marble because it's an off-white. There's specs in it. I'm pretty positive this was from Ziltech Marble years ago. So I took down the other 2 racks. I took down the extra brackets that I had that weren't even used, and all went in the garbage. So
All
anyway.
those up there, Jerry, and over there that are just off the camera,
See, I just
that's
broke
all
it again.
just black PLA or PLA Pro from Polymaker. It's all rep rack PLA Pro, 0 issues with it. And I just did the video on the PLA comparison today. I haven't uploaded it yet, but first time I actually just tested regular PLA in the machine, and we don't give that filament enough credit. It's pretty damn tough stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't have it out in the heat.
It's hot outside today.
Now that we have dead silence, anything anybody want to talk about? Self-promotion is welcome. Anything you want to talk about?
Scott, do you have
sometime
any
here in the next
issues?
couple hours, I'll upload a video comparing PLAs to
All right.
the high temp PLA.
Looks like Kenny got more deliveries.
Ooh,
Oh,
What do you got, Kenny?
that's always it's always a fun part. What happened? What'd you get?
We'll find out. I think he was wearing a headset, so he probably can't hear us.
For me, it's always a race to the door before the wife gets there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a camera watches out front. I don't want the neighbors.
I
Somebody
might
driving.
open up the door today and there's two
All right,
printers.
Kenny, what you get in the mail? We want to know what's in the boxes.
My table.
Oh,
No.
okay.
You get all excited right here. Printer parts.
Well,
You
my
can't,
table,
you can't do this to us.
my table, and I got printer parts. You know
You
that.
must know what's in the boxes.
Yeah,
A table, and a lazy Susan.
yeah. The way he's got room to work on the Voron and spin it while he's working it. Yeah, lazy Susan's coming real handy. Just put a little piece of wood on them, put your printer on it, work on them, spin them around, whatever.
And I give credit to DeWitt. I've seen that when he's building his rat rig.
Yep, that's where I got the idea to buy mine from DeWitt 3D.
So
Now, I had something unique happen. I got an email from a customer. I sent off one of my A1 kits, the diorama sets where you get the 2 or 4 corners and 2 centers. So I get an email and he says, "I think you shipped the wrong items. There's 11 items in this package," but he was vague about it. So I went ahead and figured out who the customer was and called him this morning, a matter of fact. Have you guys ever heard of this happening? So he's like, "Okay, so you didn't send the 11." It's like, "No, I know for a fact I sent the A1 kit to you." He says, "Okay." He's sending me pictures too, a matter of fact. Apparently, I've never heard this. Apparently, somebody took the package that he was going to receive, cut my label out, and stuck it onto another box. And he received a box of GPS units.
What?
Yeah, that's the first I've ever heard of it. And I told him that you do what you need to do if you need to get a hold of, UPS or ICANN. And he's like, no, I'll take care of it. So it's like, yeah, I know you are.
Huh.
But that's the first I've ever heard of it. Somebody switching labels on packages.
for
Did I?
GPS units, hell yeah.
That was it was.
That
he
wasn't from
received
like the
11.
same facility, like where they maybe like cross shipped accidentally.
I don't know how, because I mean, he said the label from my box was cut off and then taped over the label on the other box.
Didn't send
Yeah,
you pictures.
that sounds a little
If we don't have pictures,
sketchy. They'd be like, "Oh, hey, I photoshopped this label and kind of just randomly stuck it on another label, and now I get my package because I
was
work
it a
at
fairly
this."
expensive order for him?
Not for me, no.
Okay, so
It's like $150, 160.
Still a lot of money.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can buy like
That sounds
15
internal,
rolls
like
of
at
filament
the
with
actual
that.
post.
And when you ain't got it, a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah.
Think how easy that is if you're just like an employee there and you just make a little thing with your address and you're like, "Oh, I just got to change the address with the little scan thing," and it goes through and ships through the next thing, and at some point it gets stopped, and if you're at that facility to actually like log it, you're like, "Oh, sweet. This goes in my trunk. Goodbye." And then it's lost.
You know what? That makes sense.
I
So
used
it's like
insurance through
internal.
USPS when I used to sell on Etsy, and one time I needed to put in a claim, and the person that had the broken item actually needed to put in the claim. I couldn't put in the claim, and I wound up getting screwed out of the whole deal. So tracking insurance is stupid. That USPS was a waste of my time.
Yeah.
But I used to put on all my packages, and now I don't.
I try to ship UPS only if I can
Yeah.
avoid USPS.
Yeah, USPS, they need to be replaced by somebody.
the funny thing you mentioned about that Etsy situation, I ordered some these little specialized lights for the Thunderstrike, and got a Etsy, seller, and she bought the lights, and it was kind of a custom order. I paid her for her time. I paid her for the product, and I said, "Look,
You're always welcome, Tech Keeper.
USPS sucks where I'm at. Like I've had stuff come to Houston, then go to Florida, New York, and back to Houston. I'm like, it's gonna show up when it shows up." So then delivery day comes at 7:45 at night, and it says it was picked up at the post office by somebody. So I I message her and I tell her, and she loses her mind. Like she goes off on me like I'm trying to scam her, and I'm like, I paid you. Like, just wait till Monday. Dude, she ranted and ranted. I put a horrible review on her thing, and then she had the audacity to message me and be like, I'm not going to sell to you again unless you take this review off. I'm like, I wasn't going to buy from you anyway. Like, like, and then it was like this bipolar, thing where she was like, "I'm so sorry, I was so mean," and then 3 hours later, she's back at it again. And I'm fixing to do this big project for a museum up in Illinois, and I was going to use some of your
The,
stuff, but guess what?
the Zax was wearing
Yeah,
off.
Yeah.
That's why she
That's
was
right.
nice and all that. The Zax was wearing off.
yeah,
Yeah.
Doing customer service, and like people have the expectations of Amazon, and I'm not Amazon. Like, I do custom service, and a lot of people who actually do service with Amazon get screwed
yeah.
horribly, to the
Well, I
point
think,
where they could easily fold and lose service because of a bad review.
Yeah.
I think that for when her, I had talked to this lady for like 3 or 4 days before I even bought.
Awesome, Kenny.
That's cool.
Nice.
Nice setup. That'll work perfect on that table now. You'll have a lot of room.
That looks good.
uh, I had talked to her for a few days. I was like, man, this is she's pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna have,
That's
I'm gonna
even
have,
worse. You gave it
yeah.
time to stew.
So I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna have another vendor for something that I need, done, and then like a total 180. And it was like I was talking to a really bad ex-wife. Like I was like, I am not married to you. I don't know who you're talking to. And so I put, their community, Etsy has like their community standards and rules. Well, ironically, one of their, like when you go to do a review or say what community rule they are breaking, customer service is not one of them, but it's one of their standards to be respectful and nice and do all these other things. And she's like, I told you from the beginning, I'm not going to be refunding any money. I was like, you may not, but Etsy will.
Yeah.
Like, like she was just belligerent, man. So
Yeah,
buyer beware. If you're getting
I was
something
married to her
Etsy,
once.
The Happy Extruder, how you doing today? Hello, hello.
Now, if you
Hey,
actually care about your quality and someone says I'm not happy with it, and especially if you did a large run, like it's hopefully you took
yes,
at least an
there is.
upfront payment, half payment to lock
Yeah.
in somebody,
Yeah.
and then you're going to get that follow up payment if you're doing it right.
I thought,
Unfortunately, making a product and selling that product, you can lose out on that because anybody can say I'm not happy with this print
yeah,
quality, and unfortunately, hopefully it was at least as an Etsy vendor, you can say this is a restock
yeah,
fee. And as a
Mhm.
restocker, as a seller, I have to say, like, I can at least give you back 25% because there's a
yeah,
restocking fee.
yeah.
So there's not going to be a full reimbursement. People can't treat you like Amazon. You're not Amazon.
So my thing is as a buyer, because that's what this is. I was buying something from her. Is one, she made it out like I wasted her time. Like I spent all weekend doing this. I'm like, that's what I paid you for. Like I paid you for your time.
A
And
service.
Exactly.
A
if
service.
your product is not monetarily priced properly for your time and for the materials, that's not my problem. And the thing is, the other thing is when I did the review, I put in there that they're like, what action would you like to be taken? I was like, I don't want anything from this lady. Like she is batshit crazy.
Leave me alone. That's what
She
I
is,
want.
yeah,
Go
block,
away.
go away. I was like, I do not want anything from her. And she was like, please take down my review. I only have like, I think she only had like 100 sales, and they're little like,
I wonder why.
and she's
But
like,
that's detrimental to
this is
somebody,
gonna this is gonna ruin my Etsy shop. I was like, close it down and make a new one. I'm not removing my review.
Well, and so that you don't want to discredit somebody else that says like, how is this person? Like you want to know how someone's service is and how
Mhm.
their etiquette is, and if they're just as much to say like this is your problem. Like, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Like, your etiquette is
But
not
the
there.
other funny thing that she says, I always use USPS. I never use FedEx or anything, and that and she was like, nobody else has never gotten their packages. And the thing is, when I started this conversation with her, I said it's 7:45 at night. They said it was picked up. The post office
Oh
closed
my God.
at 5, right? I was like, yep, yeah. I think her name was like Susan or Sarah. She was like, it's
Same
Saturday.
thing.
Aaron,
It's Saturday, and it was a holiday weekend. So I was like,
yo,
I'll go over
stop
there.
it.
I'll go over
Just
there on,
stop.
yeah,
Like,
Tuesday. And she's like, I don't care. Like if it's lost, and they have the ID of people who pick them up. And she was like going off. So I get there, U.S. Post Office, stand in the line, 5 minutes. The guy goes to the back. The driver for my neighborhood comes out, and he's like, Mr. Frag, I'm so sorry. It dropped on the side of my chair, and I hit the wrong button that says it was picked up. I was going to deliver it today to you, but you're here. I'm so sorry. And I didn't sign for anything. So in their system, it still shows somebody picked it up, but they didn't ask for an ID. They didn't do anything. But she lost her mind over it. And I was like, this is why you should have just waited till Tuesday. Tuesday, I show up to the post office. They say they can't find it. They have no record of someone picking it up.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you could lose your mind, but I'm out my money. You're just out your time. And I'm out for my customer because I have a customer that I have to answer to.
Yeah.
And if she is to be upset, it should be with the postal service, not you.
Yeah. Yeah, but that goes to Jerry's point, right? Like she had insurance on there, but she has to be the one to
Initiate it.
Yeah, I don't.
They got to
I
inspect
don't
it,
get
take
my
it in,
money
and all
back
that.
immediately. And now that she's no longer someone I want to buy from, I have to now spend the time researching someone else who can do that same product, and then wait for them to build it, and then wait for them to send it to me.
On
can I
Etsy,
bring
I
up?
have a no. On
Go ahead,
Etsy,
Jerry.
on Etsy, I got a no refund policy. And a couple of years ago, I sold a resin printed Doctor Doom to somebody around Christmas time,
Yeah.
and they got it, and they said that the head was broke on it. And I said, "Was the box damaged?" He goes, "No," but he showed me the head, which was wrapped up in bubble paper separately, was partially broke. So I knew he probably dropped it and stepped on it or something. And I said I could reprint the head. And he's like, "Oh, it's Christmas time, and I want another model," and blah blah blah. So I broke my golden rule, trying to be nice.
Mm,
Dumbass
do
me,
that.
and yes, I'll say that. I
mm.
sent him back all his money. Okay, mail me back the model. But I gave him back his money immediately.
Did he mail it back?
No, I got screwed, and I knew it, and I deserved it because I should have never given him back his money for two reasons. One, I said I don't do it up front. I reprinted it, hoping he would mail it back because I could have repainted the head, but I reprinted and resell it. But he
Right.
never, he won't, anyway. No means no, so don't break your golden rule because I got screwed out of like $280. I mailed it back to him. He never sent it back to me. So whatever.
You got,
So I was
you
going to
got a
ask
free
Jerry, like,
resin, a
if
free
we've got
resin.
like red flags, like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need a customer. So maybe if you see a red flag beforehand, you can say like, do I need this customer
Oh gosh,
card?
that's funny you bring that up because one of the things she said was, I knew it was a red flag because you said USPS messes up your deliveries. I'm paying you. How is it a red flag for you as the seller if I'm paying you and everything? How is it a? You shouldn't think of your
So this is where, like,
customer.
if she had a red flag, she should be like, "Oh, hey, you know what? I don't like that service, so I can't work with you.
Yeah,
Perhaps you can go over here." And
yeah,
you're like, you already threw red flags at me. I don't need to deal with you. I got to go over here because
yeah,
time is money, and I don't have
yeah,
time for this.
I
yeah.
had UPS
I
pick
told her
up
that.
a
I
I
told her
had
that she still lost her mind.
I had UPS pick up a package out front one time, and I had stickers all over it, fragile. I wrote all over it. It was super packed up really well. Old guy pulls up, opens the door. I hand it to him. He's sitting in a high back chair in his UPS truck. He does this, chucks it over his shoulder, and I about lost it right there. What in the F are you doing throwing my package? It says fragile on every effing side on it. I unloaded on him. I wasn't very nice about it, but
Yeah, no,
I mean,
they don't care. So like, if you're
people are
gonna ship
stupid.
anything, like the golden rule is that they're gonna just kick it around. So like,
Every
if you're
company I've
gonna have
ever
it
worked
rated,
for since I've been 15 years old, I don't care if I was making minimum wage or $50 an hour. I always gave 110% for my job, respected it, whether I was getting laid off, no matter what was going on. I
Not
never,
nowadays.
I didn't kick stuff. I was a delivery driver for 10 years. I didn't abuse products for customers. I
Man,
respected everything and everything.
that
I,
work
Yeah.
ethic is gone, Jerry. I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to it. I
I
hire
got a
people
good.
and fire people all the time. That work ethic is
I
gone.
think we should print
Well,
a 3D printing time machine and go back in time.
well, just in case anybody needs, in case anybody needs any electronics, don't buy them from Sarah's Electronics.
I got a customer service like pretty much horror story. Like I did framing at one point. We framed up a poster size, like a 36 by 40, and probably like $500 piece. The woman brought it out to her car, forgot that she put it behind her car,
Take care, Al.
and didn't load it and backed up over this piece, like
Oh.
destroyed it. She brings it back in and says, "What can you do for me?" And I'm like, you what? Like, you rolled over your own purchased piece. There's unfortunately literally nothing we can do for it because all the glass shattered and destroyed the artwork. So on top of it, it was like there is literally nothing
Contact your
we can
insurance
do for
company
you.
because you ran over it with your car.
You
And so
destroyed
it
your
turned
property.
into like a corporate issue. I'm calling corporate. It's like
Oh my
literally
God.
you destroyed your own purchased piece in the parking lot. Like, you didn't load it into your car. That is not anywhere our problem whatsoever. And
You left the
I
store.
literally can't wave a magic wand and make
Mm-mm.
this scenario any better than what it is. And this is how I'm explaining it to you. If you
Some
can't
people are
accept
airheads.
that,
They're not gonna get it. It's just
No.
it's the public. You got to deal with them. Oh my God. We
Yeah,
so
got
now I
I've
got a
dealt
bin
with.
store at
You know,
Hoyle.
like a good
Well,
old friend said,
but
Liam, who
the
used to come to
customer's
the
always
show.
right. Remember though, the customer's always right.
You know,
no.
Yeah.
Liam,
That is incorrect.
he always used to say, let's take off all the warning labels and let nature take care of it.
I agree
I think
100%
that's
Amen.
with
one of the
that.
I
greatest things
agree.
he ever said right there.
I agree
Get
100%
rid
with
of the
that.
warning labels and let Darwin's.
Have you guys
Yep.
ever even like looked at like just in general, like you see you just happen to look at a label and you're like, I wonder what someone did in
Did
order
to make
to.
this label needed? Yeah, yeah.
Because you
Winnebago.
never hear that story. Like I get maybe some kid drank some Tide or something, but
Winnebago.
Okay, I
dude,
got one. I got one on that. Okay, my wife used to be a Costco demo lady, and
Oh,
okay,
oh.
okay. That
Sorry,
day,
Kenny.
that
The demo
day.
people.
Well, she is older than me. Okay, she's 9 years older than me. So yes, I have an older woman. So, anyways, so that day she was doing detergent, and this Asian guy walks up to her
Oh no!
and ate it and ate it,
Oh my God.
thinking it was a food sample, and it wasn't.
Tide Pod
Oh, God.
challenge.
like here's some. Hold on, because this one I actually
Uh,
saved this just to remind me of things. Like who in their mind did something that they had to put this on a coat hanger.
It's like on a
Do
Swallow.
not swallow.
Think about the artist who had to design the paper,
Oh my
put the
God.
coat hanger in the throat.
Oh my God.
so, you know what? I just gotta go smoke something before I design this one.
I was just like, wow.
Yeah, and then think about the people that printed the paper for the coat hanger.
They probably
Yeah,
just
they're
died
laughing.
the entire
Their
time.
brains are
They're like,
going,
"What the?"
who swallowed a coat hanger?
Back
Where?
in the 70s, a guy had a Winnebago. He got up to use the bathroom, put it on cruise control,
I remember
and it
that.
ran off the road and wrecked. So they had to update their manuals to explain what cruise control was. It ain't like you're in an airplane; it's just going to keep flying straight. It's just gonna. It ain't controlling the steering, obviously. But
With the last little bit.
anyway. And if you
Yeah,
have a newer vehicle and you leave it unlocked accidentally, if it's a stick shift, you probably don't have to worry about it getting stolen because most kids nowadays don't know how to drive sticks.
Don't know how to drive stick and don't know how to write in cursive.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that the Hilton in Odessa, Texas, not a single person that works there in the lobby or the valets or that can drive a stick shift, because when you valet park a stick shift there on Friday night, when you go to leave Saturday morning, they have to get Raul from the kitchen that's washing dishes to go bring you your vehicle.
what the hell?
Klondike has a
Sounded like a
Godzilla.
dinosaur.
Okay.
Godzilla.
Godzilla!
Godzilla.
Gary,
It's
make me
just-
big. I went with
You're already
CNC.
big, Kenny.
I went with CNC parts. The only thing I don't like is their mixed colors. That's the only way you can order
Oh,
them. But I went with CNC parts.
you always paint them.
Wrong one.
What?
Wrong one. Damn it! I can't stop it.
Whoa! God, Joe. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Where's my Godzilla
Say
guy?
it again now.
Come on.
God,
Hi,
Joe.
everybody.
Hi.
Let me change this to do not disturb.
Come on camera. Say hi.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Didn't think I knew that song,
A
huh?
good birthday party after bed. Granddaughter's turning 17.
Nice. 17.
17.
It's only 17. 17.
Kenny,
Now I
get
got,
it.
now I got songs in my head today.
Oh no, Kenny's gonna sing for us. Oh,
No,
hell.
he's not.
Kenny
This
sings
is
for us every
Friday
week.
night.
3D printer.
Hush.
Well, in a couple weeks, Kenny will be with you for a couple days. He's
That's
going
true.
Real.
That's
Y'all
true.
get to meet Kenny. He'll get to meet you guys and do some selfies and pictures and all that good stuff.
Oh, really? That sounds cool.
Yeah, he's going to Murph.
And he's staying at the same hotel, so if he hangs around down in the lobby in the evening with the rest of us,
LobbyCon.
well, the Fairfield doesn't let us have
Hey, Dick Gatton, how you doing today?
they don't let us take the glass out of tables and put Mitch in the table and race around the lobby. But
LobbyCon got shut down at Murph this year because there was a big Texan oil convention there.
It didn't get shut down.
It got overrun.
Yeah.
There was too many.
They were mad that we were there.
Yeah, they were way mad. There was all of us there. A lady tried to shut down the bar early.
And she's like, we gotta pay your tabs.
She's like, you got to pay your tabs out now. I'm leaving. I'm like,
And then she
wow.
wanted to stay until 11.
Manager came out like, you might want to stay a little longer.
Russ, I don't know, Russ.
Where was this?
Russ, are you watching? I don't know if you're in
Married.
chat, Russ, but he comes on our stream quite a bit. He's a great maker, and he was considering going to Murph
That was the
at
embassy
the last minute, but I don't know where he didn't know where he'd be able to stay, or they're probably booked up. So I don't know what the situation is as of right now, as far as for places being booked up or not.
well, I mean, you're going to you might have to drive a little ways. I don't know what's still available there. There's hotel people on here. They have secret codes they can poke in. They can make things
hold on.
available.
I can see what's available.
Russ, are you in chat?
I work for Marriott, but I might be able to have something available.
Yeah, I don't know.
Broom
So
closet.
if
Hey,
I'd
Matt, was that a
have
holy
talked
grenade?
to you and traded you a laser engraver, I would have paid less than $900 for 4 nights at the Marriott.
Yep. A lot less.
Well, a lot less. You probably pay like $79 a night, or if you stay at like a Fairfield, maybe like $49 a
Yeah,
night.
Fairfield's only giving us
Fairfield
the
is where
best.
I'm staying at.
Don't.
There you go, Matt.
Guess
Kenny,
where I'm
what's your
staying.
room number? Look.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
You guys know what it is, right?
Where's Kenny saying
From
that?
what movie?
That is the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Yep.
Yes.
I thought.
Or, you know, like sometimes
Player
kings
One.
and queens have
Oh,
it when they
cool.
get crowned. A scepter and a crown, you know?
Actually,
Oh, the holy hand
I
grenade.
didn't get a because I okay.
Kenny, where are you
Southwest
staying?
Fairfield.
I had a credit, so I had to fly into O'Hara. I had a credit with Southwest. I had to stick with that airline.
I'm gonna see if they have
Anyway,
a
I mean a nice
there.
size
We can
credit.
cancel
So I
and rebook.
anyway, so yes, I have to travel 140 miles, whatever. So, but the hotel and the car are bundled
Yeah, that's
through
terrible.
uh, the military travel, the American Travels or
Okay.
whatever, which is I
What
guess
day?
powered by Priceline. So I probably got a decent
Priceline.com.
discount. You know, in
I
other words,
just booked mine through Expedia.
I got well the military exchange. That's what
Oh,
they use.
Let's look at it.
Expedia.
Hey, Kenny, what day are you going? I just want to see if they have it on sale.
No, Kenny and Scott. They're
And
both.
Scott, I just want to see if it's on sale.
Friday to Monday.
Let's
My
see.
room's the 19th through the 23rd. I get in Thursday through Monday.
19th through the.
Well, you're a booth too, though. I'm just
You only do 3 nights. Only 3 nights. Remember for the thing.
Oh, for your discount. Yeah, you got 3 nights.
You're a booth.
Then you can book. Then you can book the second night.
I got it. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm looking.
I
The
mean, I already.
Fairfield and Goshen.
You gotta put the.
All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I got stuff in the garage, and we got to build these printers over here.
Well, take care, Frank. You have a great day, my friend.
Jerry,
Frank put in good word for me.
Yeah, enjoy.
Upgrade search. Yeah.
I'll be good.
Have a good
Take
one.
care. Bye
Have
bye.
a good one.
Fairfield's still
seeing you.
showing rooms available.
They are still showing rooms available, and the employee discount code is not available during that time period, it looks like.
Okay.
Let's see.
Try the second date. Yeah.
Try the second day.
Now you could go to the Quality Inn and Suites and stay for $53 a night.
Or you could, $42 is for the. Where am I at? The
update
one
search.
across from
If you're
Walmart.
just going to sleep and you're going to be at an event all day, I wouldn't want to pay over $100. I'd want to try to stay.
The reason there's 2 reasons I stay at the Fairfield, Jerry. 3. The people that stay there that are with this event, we
Free
spend
breakfast.
the evenings in the lobby. There's a Starbucks in the parking lot, and it's the nicest hotel in Goshen, Indiana.
Okay.
$45.
Hold on. I don't think that's familiar.
Yeah, I'm usually like either Marriott, Hyatt. I try to stay in nice places.
Yeah, so if you wanted, you'd have to do multiple rooms, or multiple
Wait, you got the wrong date.
reservations.
You got the wrong date.
That's the right date.
No, you got June 19th.
Last time I stayed in a motel years ago was either Super 8 or
21st.
Motel 6.
You'd have to do the 19th to
Well,
the 20th.
San
The
Diego.
20th to the 21st.
What about
But
double
there's
bed?
nothing
What about double beds?
Nothing available the 20th and 21st.
Yeah,
with a
it's
discount.
only available for a couple days out of the trip.
Yeah, so the discount when it is available
It's
at that hotel
$45.
is $45.
So you have to let me know ahead of time when you guys go if you need a room.
I did okay. I mean, flying. Well, I had a $300 credit on Southwest, so
I'll be real honest with you. Polymaker's paying for my room, so I frankly don't give a crap.
you're sponsored. You're sponsored.
I mean,
Jerry, you want to take
I
do the
told
giveaway
them
in
the
5
price.
minutes?
They cut me the check, so they're happy
Yeah, we
with
can do
the
that. Yeah.
price of the room. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Polymaker giveaway in 5 minutes, people.
So,
In post.
do you think any of these big wigs on YouTube will be there?
All of them will be there. We'll all be there.
What big wigs are you talking about?
Scott's coming.
Well, like
I'm not going to be there. I'm not a big wig, but a lot of people know me.
like Joe Telling.
Yeah, Joel's normally at all of them.
I don't know if Joel's coming to Murph or not, but he usually shows up for it.
And I wouldn't think teaching would check because he's all the way in Australia.
No. He normally does Smurf.
What was that?
He didn't do Smurf last year. He wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't?
What about
was he there?
What about God? What is he? I mean,
I didn't see him either.
He's got long gray hair.
Brian Vines?
Yeah, Vines.
Brian, I haven't seen
him at an event.
I've never seen him in one either. Sam will be there.
We'll be there.
course, we'll be there.
Kenny,
We were-
Kenny will be there. Kenny Sims will be there. That's all that matters.
yeah.
And I'll steal the damn show. I pity the fool.
Oh no, help me.
Yeah, he's like 75 now, Mr. T.
Yeah. I miss the old Mr. T.
Yeah, he's you look on YouTube, he's on Conan a lot on the old show.
Yeah.
If
I ever watched the A-Team again, it's gotten so cheesy, that show. I mean, every
yeah,
episode
yeah,
is
nobody
the
ever
same,
died. Yeah.
No.
Some,
A
I
lot
mean,
of people
automatic.
died, no one
March
died.
was the week before Open Sauce last year.
Yeah, open sauce, man. Them tickets are killers.
Yeah, last year I had an industry ticket, and those were, what the hell were they? $700 and some dollars, $800 and some dollars for that ticket.
Brian even dropped into one of my hangouts, but it was like 4 or 5 years ago. But at one time or another, almost everybody's been here. I've never had Uncle Jesse on ever, but he's, he knows that.
All right, who else?
It's kind of funny. I always try to get Jesse on a long time ago, Uncle Jesse, to do a one-on-one, like an interview, and he kept saying he wanted to do it, but it never happened. And the first time he ever went live himself, I said hi in chat. All I did was say hi, and it must have been burnt on his mind, because he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I remember that we were going to get together. We need to do that sometime," but it never happened. But it's fine. No worries.
All right, got another one. Modbot.
Yeah.
Daniel.
I don't think
know.
Daniel's coming to Murph because he's got another baby on the way, I do believe.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I know 3D Printopia, he's normally there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Daniel's coming or not. I can ask him right quick and see. But
Yeah, because watching his video is how I made up my mind on which controller. So it was either going to be the Kraken or the Leviathan.
the gold octopus is, you can't beat it.
Still go to, yep. Still
That's
good
still,
old
that's
go
still a go-to. I wouldn't use one of the others unless there was some absolute specific reason to need it. But the octopus just flat works.
Gentlemen, I am out of here. My nephew's here. I'll have you playing in the background in the shop, though.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see.
Sean, have a great,
Your nephew, so we know what language level to keep it at.
When are you live again, Sean? When are you live again?
I'll be live this Wednesday. Normally, I would be with the gang tonight, but we're postponing our 100th show until next week, next Saturday.
All right.
And that's making it up as we go with Ryan Ballard Design. And then I do my show live on Wednesday mornings. Klondike.com. It's Coffee with Klondike. And basically talking about trains and tech and 3D printing and all the good stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, my friend. You have a great weekend.
You guys do the same.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Builds is going to be there, Kenny.
Yeah, Steve's normally there. Nero's normally there with the Voron team.
Yep. I don't think Voron's doing a booth at this one, are they?
Really? Oh.
We're doing a booth.
Anyone going to Midwest Rep Rap for the first time? Tech Cheaper is asking. Kenny will be for the first time. I don't know how many people in chat.
Us.
Okay.
We do
How did
from 3D
how did that
printing.
cup turn out? I never did see it on your live last week.
I don't know why never Bamboo shows up, you know?
Bamboo, that's not the crowd that Bamboo is after, Kenny. They're the people that go to Rep Rap festivals is entirely the wrong group. That's not who Bamboo is selling to.
Nope.
They have zero interest in us.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like the
zero interest.
They don't want anybody who wants to
open
mod.
up their machines.
Yeah.
They don't
want to do that.
anything to do with the people at these Rep Rap festivals. Rep Rap is about open source and people building their own machines and modifying machines. And Bamboo is after the consumer that buys a machine, doesn't care that it's closed source, doesn't care that it talks to China all day long on their network.
When it breaks, they get a new one.
Yep. Yep. When it breaks, it goes in the garbage can and they just buy another one.
Okay, got it.
Oh, the nozzle clogged up. I'll just buy a new one.
Now, I will say that Bamboo does sponsor Natalie 3D Print Bunny to go to a lot of events, and Bamboo sponsors her to go to those. But
they do that because they can use her prints on all their websites and their advertisement. That's
There
why.
you go.
Terry and
exactly why
Dave,
they do it.
Terry and Dave, did you guys ever make that cup last weekend?
Terry's doing it tonight.
I'm
That's
doing it tonight on live.
and your shirt.
I got a delivery.
I'll be doing it tonight on our live.
That is not the tumbler or the shirt, Jerry. They've not been made yet.
I
That's
just been
tonight.
so busy at work.
Jerry's off chasing the Amazon man down the street.
Mm-mm.
Jerry.
Well, that's
Hey,
Yeah,
where's my packages?
after he comes back, we're gonna do the giveaway for Polymaker.
For the
So
Polymaker.
yeah, so please
Yeah.
enter.
For the
And like Tech Keeper said there, Kenny, Murph is not like Rocky Mountain or 3D Printopia. It's
laid back, apparently.
it's a bunch of people hanging out at fairgrounds, and there might be some drinking going on. There might be some cooking out back going on. There might be Nerf blasters in there and drones flying around inside the building and radio controlled vehicles racing down aisles.
It's just crazy. I can't
It's a
wait.
great, big, huge, dysfunctional family get together every year.
Love it.
What you got, Jerry?
All right, Jerry. Cox Cable. Are they fixing your internet finally?
Well, I called up the other day bitching and complaining very loudly, demanding that they need to send me one of their modems for free, not on a subscription, no monthly service plan, blah, blah, blah. And they did. They agreed to it. So it'll replace my RS modem that I own that I've had for a couple of years, that I had replaced last year. It's less than 6 months old. And now I have one from Cox. Because this constant internet dropping at $95 a month is driving me crazy.
So, Jerry, just so you understand, the minute you plug that in, there is another network that's going to pop up from your house. And anybody that subscribes to Cox and has that on their cell phone, their laptop, whatever, they can all access your network at your house.
Change my
password.
Same thing with FiOS.
Yeah, you're providing internet to everybody that subscribes to Cox.
If you change your password, nobody can log into it.
No, you have a second.
This is one that Cox does on there. You can't access it. You can't change it. You can't do shit with it. But you're supplying it. I'll show you what it looks like. I have that on mine.
Yeah, you're an internet hub. It's how they expand the network out further and further and further.
Jerry, giveaway.
Oh yeah, I will in a second, Matt.
So like if somebody's visiting my neighbor next door here and they're a Cox subscriber and they have that app on their phone and they're next door and the neighbor over here doesn't have internet or they can't access the neighbor's internet, they open up their phone and it'll automatically connect to the closest Cox modem, which
and reverse
right
as well.
down here.
Just like right now, when I connect with my RS modem and I go to any program, any TV or whatever, it shows me everything in the area. Whatever one I pick, which happens to be mine, I've got to enter my password. So if I go to log onto my neighbor's network, I'd have to have his password.
No, you can get around it by jamming the signal.
It was like log into yours because you would put in your password for Cox, and you would be on the Cox network, but through, or basically reverse. So say at your friend's house, you would be on your friend's modem or network, but it's still Cox. It's not your physical one. It's an add-on. It's like
let me add my laptop screen here to my.
As soon as fiber's in the neighborhood, I'm getting rid of Cox and going to fiber. Whenever that happens.
Yeah, I got fiber. I got, I think, 1 gig upload, 1 gig download.
That's what I got. 1 and 1. One up, one down.
It'll be cheaper than what I'm paying right now a month.
I have two and two.
You know, last week we had a delivery, right? And it was through UPS. And normally my dog barks. I was sitting right here. The guy just comes to the door, shoves the letter through, and goes off. And I'm like, no, I didn't hear the doorbell go. I didn't hear nobody knock because my dog was sleeping in the front room, and normally she goes off when somebody knocks on the door.
This is funny.
Okay, Jerry, make my screen big here, and I'll show you. So right here, we'll go to Wi-Fi's, availables, This Cox Mobile right here, you don't have access to,
Yeah.
and that'll be coming from your modem. And this Cox Wi-Fi right here is also coming from your modem because that's my modem putting these two out.
Yep.
This Catalina Flyer 5G and 2.4G are my internal networks. This is a printer. I don't know what this is, something I have here in the house, but these Cox Wi-Fis, Cox Mobile and Cox Wi-Fi, those are.
Yeah, the Cox Wi-Fi is an open Wi-Fi
Yep.
Yeah,
network.
open web. Yep.
Now, supposedly, according to Cox, it doesn't throttle your personal usage in any way, shape, or form. It only uses extra bandwidth that you have at your modem. That's according to Cox.
Same thing FiOS says.
Yeah.
Well, I got Quantum, which used to be CenturyLink. Yeah, 2 gig each way, $95 a month.
Ladies
Well,
and gentlemen,
right
we've got the one and only, the man himself, HVAC A to Z, Sergio. What's up?
What's
About
up,
damn
Sergio?
time, man.
What an introduction, man.
How you doing?
Here, Sergio.
Hi, everyone.
About
See,
damn time, homie.
I try to make people happy when they come on. If they're having a down day, I try to go big on the announcement.
Hey,
If I
I've been
ever
busy.
come to an event, I'll be loud like that when I approach your booth. And you're going to go, oh, no, he's not here, is he? Let me
I've been
share my
pretty busy. It's my season, you know.
let me share my screen. We're going to do a giveaway real quick. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'm getting sidetracked here with the UPS driver.
Who's sleeping?
Right there.
Say, who's snoring?
That's my dog making noise. She's been bugging me all day. I'm almost out of dog bones. I keep giving her crackers. Now her salt level's going through the roof. Sergio, give me a number between 10 and 20 to shuffle the wheel.
Between 10 and 20, okay.
75.
12. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to draw up one roll of Polymaker filament. It's got some of the best filament on the planet. They ship everywhere that I know of on the planet, and we're going to draw one. We're going to draw one winner right now. Must be present in chat to win. So you'll have to say something. I'll give you my email upon winning. Send me an email, hopefully right away, and I'll shoot you back the link and the code immediately, just to you and nobody else. So here we go. In 5,
Well,
4.
5 minutes after he does that, he'll post the code on chat too.
That was a mistake. That's not going to happen again. Here we go.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, it happened twice in the past. That worked out for the better. Round and round it goes. Where's up? Nobody knows.
And I'm gonna win. No, I'm not gonna win.
Looks like it might
I'm not on it.
Me neither.
Sebastian looks like it.
I can't see.
No, Andy Wesley.
Andy Bisley, are you in chat? Andy, please say something.
Somebody's
Whether
dog.
you're on. Andy, please say something in chat. Nikita, no
Jerry
more.
Dog's getting ready to take a bite out of Jerry's leg if you don't hurry up and feed that damn dog.
I was just about to say.
Who let the dogs out?
You're going to be the next tripod, Jerry, if you don't hurry up and feed that dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to eat them.
Yeah, he'll
Crackers,
be.
Jerry. Give him some crackers.
There's plenty of Jerry.
Going to chew his leg off.
Andy, are you in chat? Please say something.
Who let the dogs out?
Andy Bisley.
No response yet.
Record breaking water.
Lots of congrats. Is he taggable? Anybody?
He's there. He's there.
Oh, here he is. I see it coming in on YouTube. Awesome.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, congratulations, Andy. Here's my email in chat. Please shoot me an email, and I will send you back the code immediately with the link for Polymaker. It's basically worth $35 towards your products or your order, whatever you're buying. Congratulations.
Well, you're not ordering any high temp PLA. Or
I've
you
got,
just going to have to wait till it's restocked.
I've got.
Joel said it should be
You're
within
brave,
the
Jerry.
next 14 days.
14
Oh,
days.
the screen. Sorry. I've got 4 rolls coming, but it's not with the carbon fiber. Is that what it was? One had carbon fiber, one didn't.
Glass filled, glass filled.
Glass
Glass
filled, yeah.
filled.
The glass filled was out, but I got 4 other rolls coming. 2 of them are like rainbows, and there's well, I think a red and a green. But I haven't got a confirmation email on it yet. It's been since Monday. And any,
Well, there was an order fulfillment issue they had this week as well. So
and then Meet the Polymaker, I was on there Thursday. If anybody got to see it, got to see me on there. What's going on here? Okay, I got there it goes. Yeah, the shirt I guess is going to be for my wife. She said if I'm going to get the cup that she wants the shirt, so a large would be fine on that, or an XL would be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Either or, like an XL would be fine.
So she wants the shirt.
Yeah, she wants the shirt.
Okay. You said large or XL?
Yeah, an XL would be fine.
I have XL.
Or, I mean, whatever you were going to do it in, go ahead and do it, and she'll just live with however comes. You don't have to go out of your way to make anything special.
Oh no, we have a bunch of
We
shirts.
have a bunch of shirts.
We
Okay.
have a bunch of blanks.
Okay.
Just trying to figure
You're
out.
welcome, Andy.
I already had the design. I got it.
Andy, where you from?
Check my email here. Because sometimes people are they're busy working and they're driving and they're not always available to me. Email me right away, which is fine. But please use my email there in chat to get a hold of me. Vince, I have your email here.
That's fine. Get rid of it.
6-7. Today is 6-7, Vince.
Yep.
All day.
Oh, okay. He's okay. I understand what he did. In case I was to read this in a couple days, looks like I won on 6-7. Okay. All right. I'm slow sometimes. That happened as you get older, I guess. Or I could have always been like that. I don't know.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking all these parts out so I can see what I got. Sergio, what's up, dude?
Oh man, just running around like a chicken without a head.
Oh, I got a question for you, Sergio.
Yeah.
My sister bought a real old house built back in the 60s here in Vegas. And there is a Home Depot and Lowe's near her house. She lives near one of the freeways. We had a hailstorm about a week ago, which never happens. Her little tiny air conditioner on the roof, which looks like a split unit. Well, actually, it is a split unit. And the part that's on the roof on most houses would be on the ground. Why on this neighborhood they put those little things on the roof, I don't know. It's not enclosed, whatever. Hailstorm allegedly took it out. She calls up American Home Shield, pays her $100. They come out and look at it. They say, "Well, you have to call the electrician with our company. He's got to replace the 220 breaker that goes to it. Not sure if it has 1 or 2 breakers, probably 1, from what I know of air conditioners." So she calls him out, and he goes, "Oh, let me go grab one off my truck. Oh, wait a minute, this don't fit. It's too small. They don't make those anymore." And I'm thinking, though they only have Square D and one other kind. There shouldn't be a third. And I'm thinking,
oh yeah, there is.
then I'm thinking,
Older houses they were eating or something like that, and if you can find them, you pay $70 for a breaker that's $3 somewhere else.
anyway,
Federal Pacific is one that's
That's
been
it. Federal
discontinued.
Pacific.
Okay. So I didn't go over there, so I'm assuming it tripped and they couldn't reset it. I didn't check it. The only reason a breaker would be bad is they couldn't reset it. So it must be the breaker. So if well, anyway, they're checking to see if American Home Shield will cover the part. They found a mail order somewhere. They can get them for $150 a piece, which I think is kind of ridiculous for a breaker, a 220 breaker.
That's the price of it for those
That's what I
old
just said,
breakers.
Jerry. You'll pay more than 10 times the price for that breaker than another brand.
A year or two ago, I replaced a couple of our 15 amp breakers. And I went to Home Depot and they stocked them. So I'm assuming, I don't remember what they were. I have a bad memory, but I'm assuming the 220s would have been the same breaker. obviously for the same type of breaker for that
I know,
panel. But
I know an AC company will charge you a lot for a capacitor. Found that out.
yeah, capacitor's like $20 if you do it yourself.
Yeah, well, but it's the labor. You know,
Yeah, I know, I understand.
you know the cost, the truck, everything. You know, so you're gonna if you're gonna call a tech, but you know most people can't replace a capacitor. They don't know how,
Yeah, exactly.
and you'd be you'd be surprised how many times somebody has put in their own capacitor and still wouldn't work, and I go over there and it's because they wired it wrong. It's so simple, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
people
Sergio,
make
I got a question.
yeah.
I got a question. I've got a 3-story townhouse. They just installed a new, what is it, 3/4 ton unit, but I'm not getting good airflow on the top floor.
Wait a
But
minute,
all
not 3/4 ton. You mean
Three and a half
uh,
ton.
3.5 ton,
three and
or
a half ton.
How big is your townhouse?
Hold on. Let me go over because it's a brand new unit. It's a brand new unit. It's only like 6 months old because the other one died.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh.
It's not 6 months old. It's about a year old.
Too
Is it about
small
a year?
won't work right, and too big won't work right. You got to have the right
Right.
unit for the right square
Yeah,
footage.
I made the too big mistake one time. They said, "Well, you need a 2.5 ton." I said, "Then give me 3.5." And the problem was it would never dry the air in the house because it would kick on, shock cool it, and kick right back off, and the air just stayed wet all the time. It was
Exactly.
miserable.
Exactly. You don't get rid
That
of
can't work in
you
there on
don't
the thing.
dehumidify. Yep. Too big is no good. Too small is no good.
Too big and too small is no good.
Yep.
And Sergio, by the way, on the back on the capacitor, I'm sure you would charge fair, but for a capacitor after hour call, just changing the capacitor, it was $550 for the bill.
That's ridiculous.
That sounds about right. For after hours, yeah.
They were around the corner,
You know
That's
how
and
what
I
much
you're going to pay here.
you know how
I
much a
don't care if the
technician
guy's
makes
next
an
door.
hour? Hey, a technician these days makes around
find it.
3 ton.
$40 an hour.
It's a 3 ton.
It's a 3 ton.
It's a 3 ton.
Hey,
Okay.
in Las Vegas, when I was working in the animal industry and cleaning fish tank, I used to make like 200 quid an hour.
I don't know what that is.
So Dave, what you
200 quid would be $250, Kenny.
what
Yeah.
you need to check is go downstairs wherever. Where's your unit? In the basement or in the attic?
Right there in the basement.
All right. So what you need to do is go there and look and see if you got dampers on the duct system.
I
And make
switched them. I switched already. I turned everything off in the basement, so it goes upstairs, and I'm still not getting any kind of good air pressure coming off of the ones. I'm afraid I might have a collapsed pipe or something up there.
Or
okay.
leaks.
It used to work okay before.
It would blow lightly, and the unit when it died, it just at that point it never blew. So then we replaced the new one, and it went back to blowing lightly, as in like you put your hand over it and it feels like nothing, almost
However,
nothing.
I do get air in the bathroom
In the bathroom upstairs in the same area, you get a full blowout off of the vent.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know what year your townhouse was built, but I can tell you that it used to be.
93.
Yeah, that's about the right time. The ductwork is just terrible.
I
I can
thought
tell
so.
you.
I thought so.
I bought a townhouse, a brand new townhouse in 1985, and I had to do a lot of work to get the system to work right because the ductwork was just atrocious. But that's the way it used
No,
to be. Now
no, hold on.
In Maryland, here in Maryland,
Yep.
it's hard for
Eat your
anybody to
food.
build anything
Go,
crap
dog, eat food. Go.
because
Right.
Go.
there's inspections now are just, and depending on which county you live in, like here in Montgomery County, oh my
Oh
God,
no, Montgomery, I know is a nightmare. Montgomery and PG, I deal with PG County code all the time. Oh my God.
for us to pass inspection on a house, we have to go through a bunch of crap. Trust me.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
they
'cause
make sure it's installed right.
Yeah,
And
remember we have to do up to code on our because we run hotels, so everything has to be up to code. We have some properties, also some apartment complexes in Montgomery County, and they always tell me Montgomery County and PG County are a nightmare.
yeah,
Andy, are you able to send me an email right now? Or are you working? I'm waiting for Andy's email to come in so I can shoot him the code for Polymaker.
and the
But just
thing is,
just
anything
post it
new,
on chat,
Dave,
Jerry.
What?
you have to
Just
have a
post it on
manual,
chat. We'll
Dave.
protect it for him.
Yeah.
We're due for them to come out anyway.
Oh yeah, we're due for a yearly inspection, so I'll have them check the ducts also because we got a 10-year and they come out yearly to inspect everything.
More
Yeah,
than likely, you got ducts that are leaking.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah,
Andy.
that's the other big problem. They never
Yeah.
used to seal the ducts. Nowadays, you have to. It's part of the installation. You have to seal them.
Yeah, it used to be they just shoved them together and they
Yep.
That's
you,
I
you
can
could
tell you right
you
now
could blow
for
smoke into a duct and walk down in a basement. It looked like a cloud from every seam with it just boiling out of them. And
Well,
everybody always
now,
wondered why their basements were ice cold in the wintertime and scorching hot in the summertime. Well, because that's where all your conditioned air was getting
oh
blown
yeah,
out.
yeah, because when they replaced it, when they replaced the old unit, yeah, it was half jangled together. And the one guy's like, "Oh man, I haven't seen this in forever." And when they did it, he came in with some special sealant tape, some kind of sealant glue that goes on it now. Also,
it's mask. It's masking. It's duct seal. It's a duct seal. It's like a paste
yeah,
that
yeah.
you have to paint it on.
And
Yeah.
yeah, he painted it on, and then he put another piece of tape around it and on every single seam that they put the new duct down here because they did a bigger unit. So he said I needed different ducts, and it shouldn't need new ducts upstairs, is what he said.
But
That's $13,000. So something needs to work better.
Well, all the new equipment is much more expensive. You're running on now on
Furon,
R4 or
yeah,
32. The new
Furon, yeah,
refrigerants.
because he said we could retrofit your old system. He goes to the new stuff, but it costs around $11,000. For a new system, you could just do it for 13 for the whole house. So it's like, oh, I guess 13 it is, and it
Uh,
came with a warranty for 10 years.
so you know that new refrigerant is mildly flammable, right?
Yes, he explained that to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
But now the equipment comes with
Thanks, Andy.
sensors.
I sent it back.
sensor, yeah, because I have some new dials and stuff. He said I got to pay attention to. I got
Yeah,
to clean out a little water gate also on it as well for
they
the
will.
condensation.
Those sensors will now shut. If you get a refrigerant leak, that will shut the system down.
Okay, good. Well, good to know. I'm at least up to date.
Yeah, that's the new stuff. It's wild.
I have an old Goodman roof mount 26 years ago on my house. I've fixed it many times throughout the years. I've never replaced the compressor, but I've replaced everything else, including any gas gizmos that are on has gas on it. And it's never died on me. Hopefully, it never will. I had American Home Shield for a few years, and that was like 30 or 40 bucks a month. Because at one point, I thought my compressor was going out, and I was hoping they'd replace the whole unit. Which I found out no, they were just going to replace the compressor if they did anything. I finally dropped them because I couldn't afford them anymore. But hopefully it'll last. Everybody else in the neighborhood has new air conditioners put on because they convince you that don't keep replacing it, just replace the whole unit, spend more money, and finance for many years. Everything is fixable. Just keep replacing it as it breaks.
R22 systems are no longer fixable. Way too expensive.
Yeah,
R20. If yours is R22,
I have R22, but I've never
yeah,
had a leak on it. Hopefully it
that's
never will leak.
that's liquid gold. We don't even carry it on the truck anymore. It's way too expensive.
Yeah.
Most companies won't carry it anymore. It's just way too expensive. So, and you got to charge the customer depending on the company. It's anywhere between 250 and 350 per pound. 300, 250, 350 per
When I
pound.
was younger, I would have swapped my own air conditioner, rented a crane company to come out. But I really don't want to do all that no more. I'm getting too old. I don't want to mess with it. So one of these days, I'll have to replace it, and just be out another 4 or 5 grand, and have another unit put up there.
How many floors is your house?
Just one story,
Man, we have
tile roof, one story.
we are able to replace condensing units up to 2.5 stories without a crane. We have a ladder crane. So it's this crane goes on the top of the ladder. You go out, it's electric, drop the cable down, tie up the unit, bring it right up.
The problem with my house is on the back side of the house, which there's no access to get the air conditioner back there. That would work. There's shingles, but on the front of the house, it's all tile, and all that weight would crush the tiles. So that
Oh
wouldn't work
yeah.
off the
You
front.
might, yeah, depending on what you have, you might
Well, I
have to
have
get a
seen those
crane if
on.
you
I
want.
have seen those where they set up ladders. They you can jack it up. Almost anything can be done. There's a way to do almost anything if you figure try. But yeah,
Hey, Sergio, you can answer this. How come mini splits are the only thing you can get in any country outside of the United States? In the United States, nobody except me runs mini splits.
hey Matt.
What,
I got a
you
mini
can't get a
split.
mini split? What
I,
was the
I love mini splits. I won't have a regular forced air system
Yeah,
anymore.
mini splits are great depending on your situation. But you got to remember, they're almost all exclusively manufactured abroad, like Korea, Japan. Most like Mitsubishi, that all comes from Japan.
Right. No, I know they're manufactured abroad, but it's just when I travel all over the world every week. I mean, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, and I'm out for the week. And every foreign country I go to, all you see is all mini splits.
All mini
You
splits.
know,
Yep,
you check into every home, every office, it's all mini splits.
yep.
You get the United States, it's all inefficient forced air.
What is the cheapest mini split I could pick up for a garage? It's like 12 by 12.
Home
To do it
Depot, Mr.
DIY.
God
DIY.
damn it.
There's a DIY that you can do. It's called Mr. Cool.
Yeah.
Look them up online. It comes with pre-charge lines, the whole works. Just put together you can do it. If you
Yeah,
have any
I know I
problem,
can do it, but what kind of money we talking? 2 grand?
oh no,
No.
nowhere near that. For a
Shit.
12 by 12, all you need is about. Well, is it insulated?
Yeah.
It's insulated. So
Yeah.
if it's insulated, you probably only need about a 1-ton unit. All you want to do is keep it cool. 12,000 BTUs, maybe a 15,000 BTU to be on the safe side.
My,
You're only looking at probably it's going to be under 1,000.
about
Okay.
750.
All right.
That's what I got in my shed. It's a Sinville. They're on Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not
It
sure
was,
on your side of the country. I know
and,
what they cost here, but
yes, and they come, and mine was pre-charged. The only thing you got to do is vac the line.
Yeah.
So you got to, take the vacuum out.
um, on certain units you don't even need to do that. What they did was they pre-charged the refrigerant lines. So when you connect it, it pierces the end and it makes the connection.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
Mr. Cool does, I
Yeah.
think. I'm
Mr.
pretty sure
Cool
it's Mr.
Yeah.
DIY
Cool.
ones, the lines are pre-charged. There's no vacuuming or
Yep,
nothing. You
yep,
screw the lines together and throw the juice to it, and you're making cold air.
yep.
I just going by my instructions. It said to vacuum it.
Yeah, because you probably had the lines that weren't pre-charged.
Yeah, the
No,
unit itself was
no,
pre-charged, but your lines weren't.
right. Yeah, because it was pre-charged. I didn't have to put any coolant in it. Or, yeah,
Right.
Yep.
As long as you go with the correct length of lines, that's like you can order Pioneer mini split units, and those are really good. That's what I did my house up in Washington with, and the units all come pre-charged, but the lines have to be vacuumed. But they're pre-charged based on the length of line. You order the unit, you order the head, and then you order the length of line, and then the unit itself will be pre-charged with the right amount of coolant for that length of line. And you still have to have somebody, an HVAC person, come out and put a vacuum on the line. And once they've got it vacuumed down and hold it for whatever amount of time it takes to boil off the moisture, then they just open the valve and it cuts the freon loose and fills the line.
Yeah.
Away you go.
It said in my manual, if I don't get a licensed guy, I void the warranty.
Yep.
So yes, I voided the warranty because I did it myself.
Ja-
Well, I got the is that a pump or I got the kit off of Amazon. You
The
know,
vacuum has to be below 500 microns.
right,
So
right.
And you have to
I
hold
look
it
at
there for a certain amount of time, don't you,
yeah,
Sergio?
yeah,
hold
yeah,
the
yeah.
most manufacturers want you to hold it for at least an hour.
That's about what I did. Yes.
Now,
Um.
there's a quick way of doing a vacuum. It's called a triple vac. If the line is not too contaminated and stuff, what we do is put a vacuum on it for 15 minutes. We break the vacuum with nitrogen, hit it for another 15 minutes, break the vacuum with nitrogen, and then hit it for the last 15 minutes, and it's done.
Jerry, make me big.
You got
You're already there.
See,
Yeah.
I got the kit and the motor part, or I don't know what that's called, compressor or decompressor. I mean,
But
it was
here's
like
the thing:
this was this,
you
this
can't
was
pull a
cheap.
vacuum with those things because that won't give you the right reading. That'll only give you tell you when you're at below atmosphere.
All right.
Micron gauge, you need a micron gauge to be able to read it down below 500 microns. And that
I,
little gauge, depending on which manufacturer you go with, mine cost me 300 and some odd dollars, but you can get one I think for about 80 bucks that will work, right around 100 bucks.
well, I'm sure professional gear, and I was just trying to save a buck, and it's been operating fine. I'm
Yeah,
on 2 years with
we
this.
can't afford to save bucks on HVAC equipment. We have to buy the good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yeah, you're a service, and I respect that.
Yeah, my tools alone, sheesh, I got
Oh,
one bag of equipment that we use for uh,
well, just like some people bitch about dental work. You know how much
well,
it costs to probably run a dental office? Oh
when
man.
when we finish when we finish the equipment, when we have to check airflow, subcooling, and all that good stuff, that one kit that I have was almost $4,000
Wow.
I
just
I
for
would
that kit.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, here
But
about 5 summers ago, I got tired of working on my air conditioner every year, and I went up there. My air conditioner had broke down on me, and I went up there and the quick disconnect on it. You pull it out, and you flip it over upside down. It had burned up on it, so I went down to Lowe's and I bought a new one. One of the leads must have been loose. I replaced the quick disconnect. I got on Marketplace. I found a real nice, what appeared to be a real nice company on there. Randomly picking some guy, a Hispanic guy came out. Real nice truck, nice wrap on it, real friendly guy. Got up there, looked at it, convinced me that my compressor was bad on my air conditioner. And so fine. I couldn't afford to buy another air conditioner at the time or replace the compressor, so I got on with American Home Shield. And I had dogs in the house, so for a month I had to suffer in the heat with American what until the warranty would pick up 30 days later to have them come out and hopefully they would replace something like the compressor. They came out 30 days later and they replaced a capacitor that I've already replaced in the last 25 years 2 or 3 times. Since then, that's all that was wrong. And this guy was pulling my chain, and I believed him. And I hate trusting people. I've always done my own work on everything. I hate trusting anybody because most people are out to get you. So I do everything myself most of the time. And anyway, I still got the same air conditioner. It works fine. When I first moved in, I was here like a year or two, and they had to put I was told I needed the hard start relay on the compressor to have trouble firing. So my next door neighbor that worked for, I forget who it was he worked for, but he had an account at some place, and they sell them on Amazon. I got a hard start relay through him for $35. I hooked it up myself. It's still there. It still works. It's been like 26 years, and my 3.5 ton Goodman still works fine. Now that
So
now that something's gonna happen,
Jinx yourself.
yeah,
Why,
yeah.
Jerry? Why?
Anyway,
capacitors are a very common part that goes because heat is its worst enemy.
and they mount them up on the air. It's hotter than hell in Vegas. The first sign is it was greasy and leaky, and if that was the first sign, it was bad. As it looked like it was going bad because it was all oily around the top of it where it's put together.
Yeah, the
But
two things that destroy capacitors are heat and voltage changes, or brownouts, or when it'll kill a capacitor in no time.
I would
especially
think
brown
I
out.
would think hard starts over time, like anything else.
Well, a hard start is basically a capacitor with a relay that kicks in and out. That's all it is. It's a relay in there that once the compressor starts, the back EMF causes the relay to kick out. So it doesn't
Hey,
stay connected to the system.
Now we learned everything on here from 3D printing to AC and HV,
Yeah, and
or
we
how do you
haven't
say
even talked about the other
that?
stuff. I'm not going to mention it, but we haven't talked about what we normally talk about. And that other bald-headed guy with the mustache down there mentioned that we always talk about that other subject, and I usually started, but I ain't said nothing yet.
You know, I need a
We ain't brought
steak.
that up.
I'm looking for a steak, a nice, good steak. Oh, no, we're not talking about that.
Hold on.
yeah,
Hold
nice
your
thing.
thought. Hold your thought right there, Dave. Hold your thought. I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
I will be right back.
I like my steak still moving.
If he pulls out a Wagyu, I'm going to cry. Oh, I want a Wagyu so bad. A real Wagyu, not an Australian Wagyu or an American Wagyu. I want a Kobe Japanese A5 Wagyu.
There was a guy on YouTube that was going around the steakhouse to see if they'll cook one for him. You know that it was his, and of course they wouldn't. So he found some taco shop, and a
That's
taco
not
shop did
true.
it for him. What?
You talking about Guga? Guga
No,
Foods, who does all steaks? All
no, it was on YouTube. A guy had a Wagyu steak. He was going into steakhouses and see if they'd cook it for him,
Uh-oh.
and they said they can't because of health and all that other stuff. But a taco shop did. It's
Oh,
on YouTube.
oh, oh!
Yeah.
Look at that drip!
I don't.
Oh,
I
Oh,
don't
it
It's
is
have
so
still
much
dripping!
dripping.
power in the
Oh,
keyboard.
Nice.
oh my God! Why would you do that?
This is torture.
Oh, that is true torture.
The biggest
Kind of
steak I
reminds me
ever
when I was
saw.
captured in Afghanistan.
The biggest steak I ever saw in my life was when I was down in Dallas, Texas. Oh my God. I went by this restaurant. I could not believe the steaks, the size of these steaks that they were cooking. It
but
must have been about that thick and
Oh,
about
two
that.
inch.
and I bet that was still cheaper than what he just showed us.
That was the first time I ever saw a steak like that. And I asked the guy, does any one person ever eat this thing? He said, no. He said, usually we cook these for like a group.
Yeah, my wife loves steak, but she don't like Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, come on, it's cut up. It's still steak. No, it's not. Yeah,
What?
it's still
Oh my
steak.
God. You know where I get my Philly cheesesteak? I actually drive to Philly
Yep.
Nice.
to pick
They
them
make
up.
it.
Yeah, I
Yep.
want to
It's
eat
worth
some
the
prime
drive.
rib now.
I want to
Prime
get
rib.
it like I mentioned
Okay, Matt.
before.
Just to make you happy. There you go. See the color?
Oh God.
Oh, look
Why?
at that.
Oh my God. That
See
is so
see the
gorgeous.
beautiful marbling?
Oh, I hate you so much right now. Oh, and then he eats it.
Ah, evil.
Oh, that is so evil.
Butter.
Oh, oh, it's so wrong.
Can you imagine making jerky out of that?
God, it's so wrong.
See you, happy extruder.
So we just had some steak porn, huh?
Happy
Okay.
extruder.
That was
Take care, my
steak
friend.
porn.
Have a great day. Yeah, and on
Don't
like I
work my
said,
counter.
next Saturday, let everybody know it'll be my birthday maker stream next Saturday. We'll be giving away
Thanks,
5
guys.
rolls of Ziltech filament and 5 rolls of Polymaker filament next Saturday.
Woohoo!
I turned 61 on Thursday, so I'm gonna have a birthday stream. My sister's baking me a German chocolate cake. Yes, I will. I've eaten some of it before Saturday, but I'll hold you up to the side I haven't eaten yet. But and no, I'm not gonna smash my. I'm the no face plant in my German chocolate cake. So
German chocolate. Oh.
and
Well,
I'm a,
now that I've upset everybody with dinner, I do have to go because I've got to get some stuff done tonight. I got to catch a plane out in the morning. So,
well. I hope you're really safe, and thank you very much for
Good to see
joining.
you, Scott.
Enjoy your steak,
Yep.
and we'll see you next time.
yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, I got the dog. Well, one of the dogs is here. The other one's in the kitchen, making sure that steak doesn't fall off the counter. So,
And Chitty, we look forward to seeing more Chitty. Chitty like shitty.
shitty,
Oh, the
shitty, shitty.
Chitty, like Chitty bang bang.
My chitty is chitty.
It's printing, but it's doing a really shitty job right now.
Wow.
Um,
A really shitty job.
it's got to be a filament issue. Is the only thing I can think of. I've been over there looking at it, and
Huh.
I need to stop it because I'm wasting $180 a kilogram film right now, and it's not printing right. But
You know,
anyway, I'll try to catch up to you guys next Saturday. I think my flight gets in at like 1:50, so I should be home by 2:30.
All right.
All right.
Oh.
You
I
have a
can
great
hear
day.
her saying something, but I can't hear what she's saying, Dave.
No,
Something about the
she's talking about the washing machine and blankets right now. That's all.
Okay.
Way off in the
Get you
distance.
guys later, man. Peace
Take care.
out.
See you
Yeah.
Yeah, I like my steaks like I like prime rib, mid rare, but I can't eat a mid rare burger. If I cook a burger, it's got to be cooked through. If it looks like it's falling apart and I just patted it, that's too raw for me. It has to be cooked.
Nah.
Oh,
Just
So
like
one
a
of the
Thai
things I want
burger.
to do for the Rep Rap Festival, because
well done.
halfway through
No,
the
no, I don't
day
like well
you're
done.
like looking for like meat, and so we have a joke like, Rob, we make somebody go out on a burger run because we just want a hamburger by like 12 o'clock. So this year I'm gonna have a whole handful of homemade beef, because you can just reach in your pocket and grab something and be like, yes, I've got subsistence. And
I'm
it's
finding
so
Josh
hard to
immediately.
and legit, like just a pocket full of beef jerky and chocolate, just something to keep you like
Yes.
full.
And throat lozenges. And throat lozenges.
Yes.
I
Second
want to
day.
eat some prime rib
Hey,
again.
Jose, how you doing
Oh,
today?
that's so nice.
I didn't know
Nice
Jose was
prime
yeah.
rib with horseradish sauce.
Sounds like some people's had chocolate covered bacon before.
Chocolate covered bacon's awesome. Oh God.
Yeah, I got something special in my pocket for you. It's chocolate covered bacon.
Hey, you guys must be the fault that I'm gaining weight. From all
Sorry.
this food.
Now here's one. Denny's 1 year did bacon ice cream. I said that's going to be disgusting. It was actually pretty awesome. It had maple drizzle on it with bacon bits and
Drizzle.
vanilla ice cream.
Oh, speaking of ice cream, guess who's shutting down?
Not Dairy Queen.
Baskin Robbins.
Oh yeah,
Really? No more 31 flavors?
I haven't been there since I was a little kid because they charge too much for a little tiny scoop. And the last time I was there, I was probably 10.
But their ice cream's the bomb.
The best ice cream out there used to be
Häagen-Dazs.
Thrifty.
Häagen-Dazs.
Thrifty Drugs used to have some.
Well, yeah, and from what I understand, because there was one over on Pecos here in Henderson.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still there because I think they're going down the tubes too.
Rite Aid picked up Thrifty years ago. Then all the Rite Aids went out of business, and then a couple independents tried to reopen the Thrifty brand of the ice cream shop.
Right. I grew up with Thrifties, and we had one in Linwood. Yeah.
Yeah, I like when they used to take their round scooper and they'd scoop the ice cream, they'd leave all the slop on the sides, and they'd put that right on. When I went to the Thrifty store that opened up near Albertson a few years ago, they would knock off that excess. They wanted to save every penny they get and just have a nice little tight round cone or scoop of ice cream on it. Don't have any excess.
I mean, I actually had a 5-cent scoop back in the day. That's how old I am.
Wow.
Damn, Kenny, you're old, bro.
I remember when we had penny candy.
Never 5-cent scoops. What was it?
I remember
1 cent gum.
Penny candy is not penny candy anymore. I had penny candy. Penny candy is like $1 now.
I remember 5-cent gum. That's as low as I can go.
Yeah, you put the money in the machine, you turn the crank. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 cents? Damn.
5-cent gum for Wrigley's and Spearmint.
Or two chiclets, a couple of chiclets.
Candy cigarettes. Oh my God, candy cigarettes. Jeez, you can't do those
like
no
I
more.
said, guys, we have enough brain power here, and in the chat, let's really print a time machine and all go back.
Yes.
My wife says that about
Remember
me all
not to
the time.
gamble.
All right. Did
Can't
anybody
guarantee
did anybody used to have ice cubes, chocolate ice cubes?
No.
Foil wrapped chocolate, and it said ice cube on top of it. Okay, what about the cherry, the chocolate covered cherry?
Chocolate covered cherries, yeah, everybody had those. So much so that they became disgusting.
What about the chicken? What about the chicken sticks?
Chickens, yep. Chickens, yep.
And it happened. We are talking about food.
I used to work. I used to work at the factory that made the chocolate covered cherries with the syrup inside. You know
Yep.
which ones
Yeah.
I'm talking? Yeah, I worked at that factory when I was a
Wow.
kid. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
have a company like this too. It's called Morcherie in Germany.
and we'll give away more stickers next week. I was just thinking about that. I have more stickers. I can get another sticker pack together, and we can do a drawing for stickers with the filament next week too.
And of course, there was always the Abba Zaba. You know,
And
It
that's
also
was
Mason dots. You remember Mason dots? The
No.
dots.
yeah, you ate them off the paper.
Yeah.
No, they had them where they came in the box. The dots.
Yeah, but I remember the dots that used to be on paper.
No, not. I know what you're talking about. That I'm talking about like these were gummy candies,
Yeah.
gummies. I used to. Yeah, we used to make all that stuff there. I only
Wow.
worked there for
I
about a
bought
year.
a slapstick. It was taffy, and there were different colors on a stick. It's called the slapstick, and they had like 10
Yeah.
or 15 different flavors.
how
Yeah, they
about
used
this
to do
stuff?
taffy also.
They used to have this stuff that you put on pancakes and waffles, and it was called Aunt Jemima's syrup,
Yeah.
and it was really good.
I got in the freezer right now. I've got generic Walmart Napoleon ice cream. It's like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and I get
Yeah.
a bowl of that every night sometimes. And I go and I grab some generic syrup out of the fridge, and I squirt that on top of it. And that's what I eat. My wife thinks it's disgusting, but whatever. It's good.
And your A1C is.
I don't know. I take lots of medication.
Or Haagen-Dazs cheesecake.
Jerry and
Ooh.
Kenny, you
Haagen-Dazs.
might have grown up with it. I think it was popular in the 70s, but it was like a Cool Whip ice cream. So it was like a nice, quick, easy way to make ice cream, but it was
What?
literally just Cool Whip.
I'm familiar with Cool Whip. Yeah, you buy it in a tub. They still sell it everywhere. It's perfect on pumpkin pie. I don't care for pumpkin pie, but
Cool Whip?
if
Did you
I
say
get
Cool
Hey,
Whip?
Cool
back
Whip.
in the '70s, I was doing rock or space rock candy that
I don't know what
popped
is
in
cool, and I don't know if it gets whipped.
that stuff that
Cool
popped in
Whip.
your mouth.
Yeah,
That
when I
stuff
was a
that popped
kid,
in
I
your
had rocks that popped in my mouth. Then when I was in my 30s, I had a different type of rock I tried for a while. That didn't work out too well, and that was anyway. We're not gonna go talk about
The one thing I missed when I
Uh,
was a kid was when you could go to any just about any little restaurant, coffee shop, and get
that.
like a chocolate eclair, egg
Yes.
cream. They used to call them, maybe,
Yeah.
or they serve you a Coke. They pour the syrup in and put the soda water
Yeah.
and make.
that's
But you
that
know
old
what?
fashioned. They don't make them like that anymore.
There is
dots
one
on
place,
paper called
and it's
acid.
Johnny Rocket. Johnny Rocket
Dole Whip,
still makes
maybe.
chocolate eclairs or egg creams. They're the only ones
I
that I
like
know of.
banana ice cream. I miss that. I can't find it anywhere. I found some toffee,
Peanut.
Banana.
bent
I
toffee
love
ice
banana.
cream, but
Very.
I love
it's not the
chocolate ice
same.
cream with peanut. I love pistachio, but I really like chocolate ice cream with peanut butter in it.
It's actually really easy to make your own homemade ice cream. So
Yes,
if
it
you're
is.
like
Yeah, I have
hankering
some.
for banana ice cream, you can be like, I made my own banana ice cream.
I've made ice cream, but it's a pain in the butt.
It's cumbersome, but afterwards you're like, this is so good. I made some dank ice cream.
I've got a frozen
Yeah, I
thing in
forgot
the
to put sugar
freezer.
in it.
You freeze it. You put the mix in that. You cook it
Yep.
through your thing. You dump
That's
it
the
in.
one.
It spins the thing in there. And the crank one is really old with ice and salt. Salt went on ice to make it extremely cold, but that takes forever. Then they have an electric version like that. And then I have a thing on the cabinet. It makes I can't think what it's called. It's an electric thing. You freeze everything. It makes like 10 different types of drinks and desserts. It's real healthy. I can't think of the brand. Let me look and I'll tell you.
Come to think of it, I gotta go see if I can find my old ice cream machine and start making some ice cream again. It's
Uh-oh.
Chocolate
been a
chip.
while.
Started.
It has been a while.
Next,
Dipped
next
chocolate
week we're
bananas
going to be
are
talking
good.
about all our homemade ice creams.
Oh, I got a new grandson on the way. Oh man,
There you
I'm
go.
so happy.
That's your
Congrats.
weekend
It's
activity.
a Ninja
More gifts to
Creamy.
buy.
Ninja
Due
Creamy.
in November.
That's a 4th of July activity. I don't, if anything's over the on your your end for that, but
Oops, I'm
so
upside down.
Oh, and speaking of ice cream, something else that goes really good, not with ice cream, but standalone by itself. If you've never made it, don't go ooh when I say what it is. It's really super good. Buttermilk pie. Have you ever made a buttermilk pie? They're to die for.
I
They're
heard they're
real
good.
creamy. God, they're good. Buttermilk pie.
it's got like pecans in it,
Oh,
or
Yeah,
buttermilk pie? Yeah, I've had a buttermilk pie
yeah,
before.
really
I had
good.
no idea what the hell I was eating, but it was really good.
Yeah.
so like
I've
a
had I've
custard?
had a I've had a peanut butter pie.
Peanut
No, I
butter.
never had a buttermilk pie.
Jerry, is that like a custard?
Yeah.
Ah,
It's,
Custard
okay.
pie.
Huh.
so it's just
Yeah,
it's
they
creamy.
sell
It's
them at
just
the
creamy then,
Walmart
right?
grocery store, but they're not as good as homemade. But you can buy them when you walk in the front door of Walmart's grocery store. They have buttermilk pies, but homemade it's better. It tastes better, but they're real good.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Where's mute?
I don't know if that's I don't know. And I used to like buttermilk growing up, but
Buttermilk's in just a lot of different things for
Why is Stream
stuff.
Elements
Thank
doing
you,
this?
Jose. Yeah,
Did
this
I
is the fifth one, Jose.
did I type in something funny or what? Why is Stream Elements giving me a smiley face? I must have something where that's in there. I don't know.
I don't know. But I sure hope there's a set of instructions for this kit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll love it. I think buttermilk pie is really awesome. I never knew what it was, and then a few years ago, me and the wife, or her stepmom came, or somebody, we made buttermilk pies, and God, they were good. They're so good.
I have a non-food question for Josh.
Well, I don't know. It might have to wait
Josh,
anyway.
Terry wants to know what is your project, the Pultruder. She does not understand how it works. I was trying to explain it.
All right. So you're familiar with your 3D printer, and your 3D printer prints extruded filament. So you're familiar with extrusion. Pultrusion is pulling that through a hot die, so it's not forcing it out as molten material. It's reforming it from one shape to another. So we're going from a strip into literal diametered filament.
To a filament.
Okay.
So kind of like the same thing when they're making wire and they put it through a die and it
Yep.
goes smaller.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mentioned last stream that it's like golf club handles are pultruded. They're twined together with like 16 different strands. So some community members think that we should be able to do the same with our efforts with Pet One, but because Pet One it gets molten around like 245, so we're really pulling at like 220, 230, so that it's just reforming. We're never really hitting a molten state. If we actually hit a molten state, we have to go very slow. For pultrusion in Recreator's efforts, we're hitting for like a 90% infill of our filament. That allows us to go really fast. So for other pultrusion brands and projects, they're trying to aim for a 100% infill. So they actually have to go really slow. And so I really want pultrusion to be something that anybody can understand and hit right off the block. So for us in our education efforts, we're really we're aiming for a certain percentage that some people are saying your percentages are wrong. Our percentages are right for our project and our method, so that you can actually pull true to 25 grams from a 2-liter soda bottle in 15 minutes rather than 2 hours.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
So like a lot of people are like, well, why wouldn't I have filament that has 100% infill? My standard filament is 100% infill. For us and our method, we're just compensating in our slicer. We're just going back to our extrusion multiplier. We're running an extrusion cube, which most people should be doing for any filament they're bringing in and slicing for their profiles. So usually we're just bumping our extrusion multiplier up to like 1.1, 1.2, and then we're diametered for our actual brand that we've put in. So if we're just doing Coca-Cola, that's a certain blend. We just go to our profile and we're good to go.
Okay. Thank you.
Jerry,
Yes.
we've been on for
We'll
3
get one.
hours.
Yeah, I got 2 minutes, Matt. I got to get running because I got a birthday party to go to after a bit. We're almost done. I got to let it run up to 3 hours. Couple more minutes.
Birthday parties.
Yeah, my granddaughter's turning 17 today.
Oh, that's a good year, man. 17. Wow.
I remember when I was 17.
Is she driving yet?
No,
No.
no.
Oh,
He's driving the Mad, probably.
That's when I got my car.
I
Yeah, I
got
was
mine
That
driving.
made me mad.
15.
I had a car at 15 and a half, learner's permit. I was driving,
Yep, same,
and then I had a job from 15 and a half on forever.
same.
I
And
started working on 14
if
and a
I
half.
wanted it, I had to pay for it.
Yep,
And
15 and 7 months was my first job.
I think if a kid should get something, their parents just give it to them. They should make payments on it. They need to learn responsibility. That's part of life. Even if you can afford to give it to them all day long and it doesn't affect you, they still need to learn the responsibility part of growing up. In my opinion.
I'm not spoiled. What are you talking about? I didn't
Dave
get
was
all
given a
4 of my
car.
first 4
Yeah.
cars.
His parents didn't
Yeah.
teach him
They
responsibility.
taught me responsibility. They said, here's a car that we don't use anymore.
But did you pay your insurance?
I
And also, at some point, they should learn how to drive a stick shift and sign
Yep.
their name in cursive.
Yeah.
I tried that. I tried to drive a stick
Yep,
shift.
my first 3 cars were all stick shifts.
I learned
And how to fill out a freaking resume.
Yeah, I learned how to.
Thank you, God. Yes.
My first car was not my first car. My second or third car was the Volkswagen Bug. I paid for it. My dad went and got it, brought it home, gave me the keys, sat down watching TV. He said, "Here it is. It's in the driveway. Go figure out how to drive it."
Hey,
And
Dave,
that's
will
how I
you
learned how to drive
get the
it.
blanket off the
I
floor?
went and figured out how to drive it.
Dave,
Yeah.
I was a recruiter by trade.
I'm
So, yes.
I'm a visual person. I don't read much, but I can watch you do something and I can go do it or watch you a couple times. I don't like reading. I like looking at pictures and visually seeing how it's done. So,
I'll be on
That's
live
how
stream tonight
Dave,
making a t-shirt, Jerry. You can watch me.
I haven't seen resumes on purple paper.
Oh my God, I had a pink one before. Written in red. It was on a pink notebook paper in red ink. I'm
Hey,
like, oh
You ever
my
had the
God.
smelly paper?
Okay.
The one with
I've had the smelly
I know a
paper.
woman in Germany. She used to do her pink, purple, like all the colors she could find, and she used to scent them.
Yes, we've had it. I've had scented
scent
before.
paper. Yep.
The pink one got me. The pink with the red. I'm like, oh my God, like this is
Did
really
you ever
good.
see anybody's weight on a resume?
No, thank God. No.
What?
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know that.
Yeah, that went over my head for a hot minute. Like,
I did not start driving until I was 19.
everybody watching on Twitch, I'm going to rate in the Maker Deck. So remember, my birthday's the 14th. My next stream will be next Saturday, like this, but it'll be considered a birthday stream. We'll be giving away 10 rolls of filaments. So I hope everybody has a nice
My
day.
birthday's the 26th, people, where we're going
Birthday stream.
For the show.
I'll buy you a
And,
drink. I'll buy you a drink.
Birthday stream.
Regal Nets Crew tonight at 8:59 p.m. Pacific. Be sure you watch them. They have a great stream. They're real fun people. Dave and Terry, they're awesome to watch on live stream. Check them out on tonight at 8:59 Pacific.
He's only.
I'll be making
Thank
Terry
you, Matt,
tonight.
Josh, Kenny. Thanks for being on, Sergio. It's awesome seeing you, Sergio.
All right.
I'll be 67.
Here goes the raid on Twitch right now. We're starting the
I'll
raid
be
on Twitch.
42.
Bye, everyone.
I'll be
on Twitch.
And
everybody.
let's see.
See ya.
There's your raid. 1 second.
Yeah.
Twitch raid is going. We're still live on YouTube. I'm hitting the raid now button, so the raid is jumping over on Twitch. Everybody watching on YouTube. Hope you all have a wonderful day.
Raid.
Why isn't that
Bye,
playing?
everyone.
Play. It's not playing.
Raid.
No idea why that's not
Wait for the
playing. Take
raid.
care, guys. Have a wonderful day.